So we're back, and Cat Detective Albert Wilde. It should be pretty interesting. I'm gonna try to remember all the voices that I gave to some of these characters, but we'll see, because my memory's not very good. And I drank a bunch of ginger ale just now that is gonna make me real burpy. And I was talking all weekend, so like now my voice is all. I feel like my voice is probably gonna start getting real bad. And I have to do this really deep voice for Cat Detective Albert Wilde. Your dog farted next to your face and it's oh, that's the worst. And the worst thing about this is gonna be a great VOD. The worst thing about the dog farts is that most of the time you can't hear them, and then all of a sudden you just smell it. Sometimes you can, like, if they're like on your body or like leaning on you, you can feel that they did it, but most of the time you never hear it. So they're like the ultimate silent but deadly companion. Hopefully YouTube enjoys that once it becomes a VOD, and somebody will agree with me right off the top with the first 5 minutes of this video that dog and animal farts are hilarious. Let's continue. Okay, did I already do all this? Or am I have to start over in here? Ah, Mr. Wilde. Thank you so much for coming. Please come in. Thank you, ma'am. You're very kind. And by kind, I mean generous. And by generous, I mean financially generous. We already did all this. Your apartment, love it all. The couch, the table, the rug, the windows. Oh, do I have to do... might have to do this again, this whole section. Let's just go through this real quick. Alright. We already did all these questions, but we're gonna do that real quick to get through it. Skylight. Yep. I'm just gonna skip through this scene. Sorry for all the animal noises. I'm gonna turn that down a little bit. It sounds like we're hurting people. Depression, paranoia. Now he came back, he was upset. Yeah, I'm just trying to get through this as quickly as possible because we already did all this dialogue last time. I didn't know that this was what is happening. I thought we saved. I beg, I clean, blah, blah. So we found out last time that she is a wolf in sheep's clothing. I need to turn this like way down. I don't want you guys to have to hear all of that. Now you get to hear very quietly in the background, so it sounds even more salacious. Can't leave yet.
It looks like
someone blew a hole in the ceiling. Love natural light. Okay. That's her. Was there anything else in this room that I need to look at before I talk to him? Alright, so she doesn't have any other dialogue. Alright. And then knock on the door, ask him a whole bunch of stuff. He doesn't want to talk to me because he found out his wife is a wolf in sheep's clothing. She's listening. He's very energized about that. Okay. We're just getting through the dialogue. Wait for food. Yep. This is me clicking as fast as I can. Alright. We're done with him. And she doesn't say anything else, right? He asked you to leave. Yeah. So she wants to go to the ballet. So I need to talk to... Okay, I need to talk to a dance instructor. Which means I need to go back to my former... okay. Alright, that's it. Okay, cool. Alright, now we're caught up. You just guys had to hear a bunch of animal noises for a second. Now we're caught up.
Alright. Hang tight. I'll be right back. And by right back, I mean sometime in the foreseeable future. Maybe.
Alright, so we need to go to the dance studio.
If I had a nickel for every time knowing Lily saved my furry behind on this case, I'd have 2 nickels, which is frankly more money than I've had in years. I'm fairly certain that Joe will have my fur if he catches me skulking around his wife's window. But what other choice do I have? Ask Mrs. G politely to step out of the apartment. Wait until she has another appointment. Come up with some other excuse. You know, now that I say them aloud, those all sound like they'd have been good ideas. Oh well, Lily's lessons it is.
I mean, yeah, you gotta go talk to Lily. My girl. My baby girl. That I don't remember what her voice is, but we're gonna find it. Maybe. I don't know. Could be real bad.
Lily? Lily, it's me. Open up and let me in.
Oh. So, you frustrating feline, what brings you to my window again?
Just see. I need a reason to see your gorgeousness in the flesh, my sweet.
Considering how Joe would react, yes. I think you do need a reason. Or at least you wouldn't be here without a reason.
Am I that transparent?
It's one of the few things I find cute about you, actually. Anyway, why are you really here? You need more dance lessons?
Actually, I need dance lessons for someone else. Ballet lessons, more specifically.
Ballet for someone who's the lucky lady.
Potentially a suspect who I need to get out of the way. Non-lethally, I mean. Anyway, can you give ballet lessons? I figure you can. I mean, it's not like ballet is any different from any other kind of dancing, right?
It is, in fact, very different. But you're in luck because I do teach ballet lessons. As you would know if you remembered what I said about my lessons earlier.
Oh, that was like 10 scenes ago, wasn't it? I can't remember what happened 10 seconds ago.
Anyway, yes, I can give this friend a lesson of yours. A lesson. I've even got a professional ballerina and 3 lessons package if they're interested.
Great. Do you have a coupon?
Yes? Why do you ask?
Could I get the coupon? Just that, I think this lady really needs a discount.
So you're saying you want me to give this friend of yours ballet lessons at less than my usual rate, ensuring I lose money and time in the process?
Yes. Yes, I am saying that.
You're lucky that you're so adorable. Yeah. Alright. Alright, we got her. We got her. Alright, here's the info on the classes. Here's the coupon for your friend. Am I? Oh, I just climbed down. Okay, thanks. Thanks, Lily. I'm gonna get out of here before your husband comes and tries to kill me. Clearly. All right, drive. What do I do if I go back to... If I go to Francis? Because Francis is a ballet dancer. Does he have a coupon for his shows? I can't remember his voice already. Back again. Sorry. Can we hurry this up? I got a gig tonight. Okay, ask me your questions, cat. Oh. I told him about this. I already did this. Yeah, this is an old one. Hello, Muffin. Remember the smell? I smell before the tea runs. If it was concentrated something. Collar smell. This is new.
Tell me more about the smell. Can you smell it on this collar?
Under the steeped in miasma of sewage? Sure. Can't you smell it?
Let me sniff. Oh, wait, I see what you mean. It's definitely something else there. And yeah, it's very familiar. I smelled this before somewhere.
You have, huh? What does it smell like? I'm kind of doing a 1920s gangster here. What does it smell like to you?
Difficult to pick out the nuances to her layers of little crap. But if I had to describe the scent, I'd probably describe it as... Two warthogs playing tennis with an overly ripe blueberry. Really long, really violent, really sweaty game.
Nah, you're missing out on the ashy undertones. They clearly had a cigarette afterwards.
Nah, that's not quite right either. Maybe more like an orange stuck up the rear end of an elderly turtle for 48 hours.
Excuse me, you can be no more wrong. It's a tortoise, not a turtle.
Wait, I got it. It's the ashtray of an elderly chain-smoking rhino. If you then filled that ashtray with whiskey and orange juice.
Close. I was thinking more like apple juice.
No, pineapple juice.
Can you say it?
I've come for your daughter, Chuck.
Yes, that's it exactly. Wow, how did you know?
Because I know exactly which drink smells like this. When the thief took this collar, did you smell this?
Sure did. Guess I forgot this in the subsequent blast of the sewer smell that came when they opened the lid.
Try to remember, did the smell come from the collar or from the thief?
What, do you think I went up to them, shoved my beak in close and inhaled? Though I did get a pretty strong whiff as the thief passed me by.
So chances are the smell on the collar came from the thief. Meaning either that they spilled the drink on themselves, or they have to drink that drink a lot.
I suppose. They must have reeked it if it transferred to the collar. What, did they spill the drink on themselves?
Either that or happens to be their favorite drink. You said you recognize the smell, so you're familiar with the drink it comes from?
Is that what it is? Ugh, I was straining my brain to think whether I'd smelled it before. So it's what, a cocktail?
Yeah, and only one speakeasy in town serves a drink that smells and tastes like pineapple juice, served in an elderly chain-smoking rhino's ashtray.
Wait, you don't mean the back cover? The super secret speakeasy that nobody's supposed to know about, even though I know about it right now?
So you know about it?
Of course, I go every week. Everybody who's anybody knows about it. It's just that everybody who's nobody isn't supposed to know. Wait, then how did you know about it?
Never mind that now. Point being, smell proves a connection to the back cover, and their house special.
And it seems a tragic lack of taste. Couldn't it be something classy, like an old-fashioned? Or at least make it like an ashtray of an elderly chain-smoking yak?
I have to go.
Huh? Where are you off to in such a hurry?
I need to visit a certain bookstore downtown. Or rather, the super secret speakeasy in the back that no one's supposed to know about.
I still can't believe you actually know about that place. Would they even let you in?
Oh, I'm sure they will. It's already been a week since the incident, after all. They're probably over it by now, I hope.
Whatever. I got somewhere important to be. So if we're done with the questions.
Thanks, Francis. Dance on, you crazy diamond.
Yeah, that's kind of why I need to get going. So if you could get a move on, bye. Okay. I could go to the bookstore, but let's go back to Mrs. G, because I want to solve this thing real quick. Let's solve one thing at a time. Solve a side quest. Ah, detective. Have you found any leads on what is troubling my dear husband? Let me know if I can help.
Yeah, you can take this coupon. Mrs. G, I got a coupon for you.
What can I do for you, detective?
You want to Hey, if you're interested in ballet.
Now I'm just doing Beetlejuice, which is fine. But not exactly the voice that he has.
I happen to know a great dance instructor who's got a good deal on right now.
Oh, let me see, mein Gott. Become a professional ballerina in 3 easy lessons. Buy 2, get 1 free. This one is everything I've ever wanted. This coupon, it is for me. Thank you, Mr. Wilde. I'm sorry I had all those incredibly insulting thoughts about you.
Nah, I'm used to it. Better get going, though. Class will be starting in an hour or 2.
Please, he couldn't solve it. We only have Beetlejuice or Jersey Shore. Choose wisely, yeah. There's only 2 options. Ah, yes, but my husband.
Don't worry, I'll keep an eye on him. Or, on his door, I guess. All part of the investigation, you know.
If you say so. Right now, I'm more interested in important things, like my new ballet career. Look out, Swans. That new prima ballerina is on the prowl. And she left.
Phew. She's gone.
I'm trying to picture Beetlejuice going through GTA.
Maybe
Yeah, Jim
now
Laundry.
the husband will give me some better answers.
Or any answers.
Yeah, she's gone now. Talk to me, fool. Go. Oh, what did I give him a voice? I can't. I don't. Go away. Leave me alone. I'm not talking much. That she-wolf is listening in.
Good news, your wife mysteriously received some discounted ballet lessons. She's left for class. It's just you and me.
Yeah, right. Why should I trust that?
Look out your window if you don't believe me. She should be getting into her car right now.
Huh. So she is. Well, that's good. I was scared having her around still.
Scared? Why? What did she do?
Hang on. Just because she's out of the house doesn't mean you're not also out to get me. Give me one good reason to trust you. I am very cute.
Come on, how can you resist? Look at me. Look at these adorable furry cheeks. These big adorable eyes.
No, I don't. There's a door in the way.
Ah, yeah, that'd explain why my charms aren't working.
I don't think that's a door thing. Besides, it's not just my wife. She's just part of something bigger, I tell you. It's a conspiracy.
A conspiracy?
Why am I bothering? You're not gonna believe me. No one's gonna believe me. Nothing about this situation would ever happen to anyone else.
You'd be surprised. This is gonna sound wild, but this hole in your living room, I've seen one like it before at a crime scene. But more importantly, it's not the only case I found. Police have another case on file with a similar hole in a building.
They did? But you could just be saying that they did.
You want the case number?
You mean the case number that I have no way of checking was real or not?
Yeah, that case number.
Yeah, you're gonna have to do a lot better than that to convince me you're not yanking my leash. Besides, even if you're telling the truth, you don't get it. This isn't just one or two or even three weird things happening. You'll just think it's a weird coincidence.
Actually, I'm kind of thinking the opposite.
It's conspiracy, man. A capital C conspiracy.
Is that how you spell conspiracy? I'm actually kind of bad at spelling.
See what I mean? Either you're one of those lemmings who doesn't see a conspiracy right in front of their eyes, or you're part of it, man.
That's an interesting leap of logic.
Whatever. Try talking to me when your eyes are open and you realize something bigger than all of us is going on.
All right, good talk. I'll leave you to it then, and whatever you're doing in there.
What the fuck, man? I got her out of the house, and now I gotta fucking go get this fucking. I'm gonna turn over this fucking coffee table. Okay, gotta get out of here.
All right, hang tight. I'll be right back. And by right back, I mean sometime in the foreseeable future. Maybe.
All right, so what can I do here? I can't go to the clock shop. I guess I just have to go to the bookstore, huh?
I'm headed to the front cover. A little independent bookstore with one heck of a secret in the back. See, it's a joke. The super secret speakeasy is called the back cover. It's hidden in the back of the store. And look, it was funnier in my head, all right? Wait, this is my head.
So I saw my little kiddo client today. He's discovered how doors work, and you had to spend a lot of time trying to keep him from running out the. Oh no. He learned how to, much like a cat, he learned how to turn a knob.
Anyway, there's only one drink in this town that smells like the ashtray of an elderly, chain-smoking rhino filled with whiskey and orange juice. Only one drink, served by only this one speakeasy. And as far as I know, only ordered by one particular regular. I always liked this bookstore. It's cozy, welcoming.
I say, old chap, what are you doing here? Weren't you kicked out of the back room?
Hey, can a cat look for some reading material?
Of course, old chap. Given your track record, I recommend some of our guides on DIY repair and legal defense. Either way, suit yourself. What happens in the back room doesn't concern me. Well, unless it has to do with how many copies of the invisible monkey we have back there. If you want to get in, talk to Sergey. But I'm afraid you may not get far with him without the new password. Or an abject apology. Alright, well. What else am I gonna talk to you? Can I help you, old chap? And talk to what about the bookstore? He did. He also managed to get into the storage room with all the toys and did not want to leave. Oh my gosh. That's amazing. That's amazing.
So, how's business? The business of selling books, I mean. Not the other business.
Oh, about as well as little independent bookstore can be doing in this economy. Which is to say, terribly. Luckily, the other business is doing quite well, thanks very much. They pay me a cut to stand out here surrounded by books all day, so I'm not fussed. All this business has to do is present a respectable front.
So, fair to say the front cover is a cover for the back cover?
Of course, dear boy. Don't you know how books work? Oh, you meant the other thing. Yes, that too.
So if a very contrite and currently sober former patron wanted to get into, you know, the back rooms, wink wink, how would he go about it?
Well, first, my boy, he'd try to be slightly less obvious about the surreptitious winking. But as you know, he'd also need the password. The current password, not the password he knew last week.
And that's it? I wouldn't have to do anything else, like make a personal apology or pay for dry cleaning?
My dear chap, a password's a password. If you know it, you get to go in. What else are they supposed to do?
Turn me away anyway?
Sounds like someone doesn't know how passwords work.
So I figure a smart, educated, worldly animal like you has got to have figured out the new password by now.
Oh, I didn't have to. They told me.
Oh, well that makes it easy. What's the new password then?
Sorry, chap. I tell you, except for the bit where they told me you're the last animal in the world I'm allowed to tell it to.
Yeah, right. Like I'd be the last animal to tell next to all the cops working in Vice in the city.
You are literally lower on the list than them, yes.
I just wanted to apologize for, the incident that happened in the back.
Oh, no skin off my nose, dear chap. If anything, you helped out my end of the business. I sold a lot of how to get stains out of fabric and body disposal methods.
I said I was sorry.
Did you? I heard you were drunk and yelling very insalubrious things about the customer's mother.
Hey, the old dame deserved it. She can throw a mean right hook.
So we got in a fight and there was drinks thrown and people died, I'm assuming?
So, Sergey, he's a new bouncer? I mean, the new totally legitimate shelf stalker, right?
That's right. I wouldn't try my luck with him, though. I saw what happened to the last person who tried to get in without a password.
What happened to him?
They were firmly turned away from the door. How ghastly. If only they'd grease their paws a little.
How would greasy paws help? Do you have to wrestle him or something?
No, I mean... Well, you didn't hear this from me, but the fine folk in the back are paying poor petrifying Sergey in pennies from a seat cushion. And not a nice seat cushion either, but he never complains. He just has been known to get conveniently distracted when someone gives him money, food, clothing, pretty much anything, really.
Yeah, book recommendations? What the heck? Might as well do some shopping while I'm here. Any good books you like?
You can read?
Hey, I read a lot. Reading parking tickets counts, right?
Well, old chap, given your limited tastes, perhaps something classic will expand your palate. Mayhaps of Mice and More Mice.
Oh, is that a cookbook?
My dear chap. It's a tragic tale of an animal condition and how society crushes the dreams of the lower classes.
Okay, but do they eat at the end? Just saying that the title alone makes my mouth water. I think I found my way around.
Not that very much. Oh, righty-o, chap. Ask me if you need anything. I don't. Let's try to steal some shit. You don't have anything back here. So what kind of bullshit bookstore is this? Who's this guy? Sup, Duck Mallard? True story, I can consistently had a better average runtime while enlisted, can move when motivated. Nice. Nice. Oh, Animal Farm was so disappointing. Who wants to read a treatise on proper techniques for running a farm? Alright, well, goodbye. I'm gonna talk to Sergey back here. What's up, Sergey? What up, bear man?
Cat. Bear. So, been working here long? Such a cool bookstore. I've known the owner a while. My name is...
I know who you are, cat. Is that the good voice? I can't do the Russian. I'm trying to think of the Russian accent. I don't even know.
I know who you are, cat.
You're not getting in while Sergey Sandwatch. Not without password. Oh, look at me. I'm sure I can run for more than 2 minutes. Oh, boy. Okay, so the first ad break is coming up in a moment, so I'm going to do a quick break. Just so that we don't miss anything. People other than the subs and stuff like that. Just do your Jersey accent. For everybody? I could do that. Did I tell you? Okay, so I'm going to tell this story, and if it goes to the ad break, it's not really an important story. So I worked at a restaurant, Mongolian barbecue, for years. And we used to have to tell people how to do the line because they didn't know how to... People would come and they didn't know how to do Mongolian barbecue. Like, you'd have to pick out your own shit and they cook it at the end, right? The shit's cold, and then you have to make a sauce and all this type of stuff. So I had a whole spiel of how to tell people how to get all their things and teach them how to make the sauces and all that stuff before we get to the end. So whenever there's new people, I guide them through, and then you get down to the sauces, ask them about what their taste is and stuff like that. But for some reason, this one day, and I don't have an accent, like a real accent, probably it's more of a California accent than that's anything. But at the end of the line, I was asking them what type of sauce they like. And just very authentically, my brain was just like, oh, what kind of sauces do you like? What kind of sauces? And I don't know why that came out of my head or my voice, but I had to be like, that is not, I don't know where that came from. It wasn't like the people that I was helping were from New York or anything, and they like soaked it in. But I just, like, in my head, it came out of my brain. Like, oh, what kind of sauces do you like? And I was like, fuck. Now I gotta do I commit to this? And I didn't. I did not commit to the bit. I was just like, I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened, but I just did a weird accent right there. What kind of sauces can I help you with? And I will help you make your dish. Where in the valley is that? Yeah, right? I do definitely have a bit of me where, like, if I talk to someone with an accent long enough, I definitely accidentally do their accent back to them. And I know that happened a lot because one of my best friends is from the Midwest and from, like, North Dakota. And if I talk long enough to listen to their, like just their, what is the word? Just the little idiosyncrasies of what they say, I will probably at some point do some of that back to them. And it's really kind of unfortunate. Because that's what I fear about going to England at some point. Speech patterns, yeah. Is that sometimes I feel like I'm going to go to England and then I'm going to accidentally say something that only they say. And they're going to be like, why are you trying to make fun of us, American guy? You know? But I don't think, I mean, I try to be good with accents, but it's like not always consistent, obviously. It just makes me laugh. Because I think it's fun to hear how people speak in different places. But yeah, I definitely do that. And I definitely have that in me that I just like kind of reflect what other speech patterns people do. Okay, let's keep going. Ad's over. Not without password.
What about with password?
Then you are getting in while Sergey stand watch. But Sergey give you very intimidating and judgmental glare as you pass. Okay.
Look, I just want to say I'm sorry for what happened that time, and I learned my lesson, and no more licking spilled bourbon from the floor. So, we good?
Niet.
Okay, okay. Can I at least go in and express my apologies directly to the bartender? Yet. Then how am I supposed to say sorry and have everything forgiven? You don't. Try bribing him. Look, let's forget all that password nonsense. Any chance I could, you know, give you something as thanks, nudge, nudge, wink, wink? Sergey will accept money. You and me both, buddy. But I'm afraid I've got a temporary case of brokenness. Then Sergey will accept an item in trade that can be sold for money. Like what? A kidney would be acceptable. Whoa, let's not get too hasty. Let's see what I have to trade. I don't want to give him the collar. Oh, I guess I could just zap to it. Should I offer him the collar? How about a nice shiny new collar for your collection? A collar. Not just any collar, it's a stylish designer collar made from authentic material. And as you can probably smell, it carries its own unique fragrance. Truly a singular collector's item. Okay, I'll assume the fact that you're shoving it in your pocket like it's a discarded candy wrapper means that you accept my gift. So I can just go in now? Yet. What? But I bribed you. I mean, I gave you a gift and everything. You give Sergey a gift that Sergey would need to pay sucker to take off paws. Sergey not owe you anything, cat. Well, fine, keep it then. Not like I want it for some incredibly genius plan involving teleportation or anything. I mean, not like I want it for anything. So, I'm looking for a book. Do you have Tequila Mockingbird in the back? Nice try, cat, but password has changed. Your password's no good anymore. Wait, they changed it already? This password should be good for at least another 2 weeks. They only cycle it once a month. That was before City Cat made mess of bar. And stage. And ceiling. The ceiling? I don't remember that. And that is why you never get new password. And you never get to go back a room again. Now run along, City Cat. I gotta go. You keep guarding the storeroom back there, Sergey. Okay, so let's do that, and then let's pop back in using the... Hello, seller. Can I talk to you for a second? A little more? No. Okay. Alright, goodbye! What's this fucking duck patron? Alright, let's go back to the clock shop. Look, what are we bopping to? You know? What song are we listening to? Alright. Clock shop. What's up, dog? I'm gonna go back here.
Time
the bar.
to see where the bouncer put my collar.
Thanks, zombie. Oh, well, we have to do the cat one. The cat ears are more appropriate for this game. Thank you, zombie. I should probably use the timer. Your timer.
Surely somewhere safe as befits a valuable bribe. I mean, gift. Either I end up in the bar itself, or somewhere where I can listen for the passwords. Either way, I'm gonna be sitting pretty.
Are we? I feel like we're just gonna end up in the bouncer's pocket and destroy his pants. We're in the trash. Of course we're in the trash.
What am I doing out here in the garbage?
Of course we're out in the trash.
I was supposed to teleport to where the collar was. So surely I should be in the back of the bar. Or the bouncer's wallet. A safe vault. Heck, maybe a nice little shadow box frame on the wall for displaying it. Wait, did that guy throw away the perfectly nice collar I flagrantly bribed him with?
Oh yeah, snowing, that does not sound fun. I had a friend up in the Pacific Northwest said that they've been like been snowing for like 5 days where they can't go to their classes and stuff like that.
Just another sign of how rotten this city is. A place where flagrant bribes aren't treated with the respect they deserve. Speaking of which, I guess I should pick my flagrant bribe up.
Yeah, pick up your collar. Yeah, give me that. What?
Phew, smells like my flagrant bribe has become a fragrant bribe. Wait. No, that's just me. Dang. And I thought I'd come up with a real zinger there. Someone's
tried.
coming. Quick. Hide.
Yeah, I hid. Oh, ducks. What's up, ducks? Sorry about this, sweetie. I was worried. What word am I trying to? I was worried about you. What happened? And how did you get so drunk? It was the funniest story. I was looking for that book I told you about. It has a nice pair, but they had a copy for the mandrel for all seasons in the back. He said they did, but yeah, and he let me back there to check. They didn't have it. You know what they had though? Lots and lots of booze. What? Why'd you drink it? I didn't want to be rude. Oh, never mind. Let's just get you home.
That's it. A mandrel for all seasons. The key I need to get where I'm going. All thanks to my feline sense of stealth.
No, you just lucked out. Oh, by the way, sweetie. Who's that weird cat standing in the alley watching us? Oh, him? Probably just a garbage collector.
Stealthy, like the night.
Fucking stupid. It's so fucking stupid. Oh, sometimes I love games. They're so well written. If I can miss, if I have to, they'll understand. What the hell? How did I come in behind you? Okay, well, I'm not gonna talk to you right now. This is the mildest winter I've had since moving up here. Oh yeah, they're, I don't remember what city they're in. That's some Sama stealth right there. Yeah, like I opened the door and I'm behind the cellar. Got. Password is mandrel for all seasons. All right, if cat have password, cat can go in. Is it really that easy? Sergey orders. Sergey orders clear. Only let animals in with password. Cat has password. Now stop bothering Sergey. It showed I was typing into my messages. Oh.
Judge a book by its cover, and the back cover.
Was that not for not for us? They said not to. Okay.
It might look classy, dignified, welcoming.
Nope. Not you. Get out.
But that unassuming back cover blurb hides a lurid tale of greed, crime, lies, and scandal. The kind of story where...
God damn it, is he monologuing again? No monologuing! That's how everything went to hell in the first place. Okay, fine, I'll stop. Don't worry. Barkeep, I'm on my best behavior. I don't care if you're kissing an angel's left butt cheek. What part of banned for life do you not understand? Get out. I was saying if the snow is bad, they don't cancel, you might not make it. Oh, gotcha. Oh, yeah. You can't keep me out of this place. And why not? Because I know the password. Damn you, high hell. Guess my hooves are tied then. Fine, you can stay, but no funny business. Look, if this is about my unfortunate attempt at a comedy act, no funny business. Also, for God's sakes, have a bath. You stink of garbage. I mean, I guess I could give myself a tongue bath right here. You know what? I'll tolerate the stink. Oh, what's happening right now? Hello, mouse? Hello, mouse? Oh, I can just move to the side. Okay. I was like, what the hell's going on? Oh, it's the bear is supposed to be Russian. Talk to Rudy? Oh, Francis is here. Let's talk to Scales. What do I give Scales as a... Fuck, I have to remember all these voices. Let's talk to the barkeep again real quick.
Ah, what do you want? I'll have gin on the rocks. Sandstone, not granite. Shaken, then stirred, then shaken again, left out for 5.3 minutes for one last shake. Then combined with a whole lemon, a paper umbrella, and tub full of moonshine still in the tub.
You'll get a water, that's it.
Water? What kind of speakeasy is this?
Kind that doesn't want to repeat of previous incidents involving cats, tubs of moonshine, and $15,000 in property damage.
But I'm a paying customer. I want my drink, damn it.
Fine, want to pay for the property damage while you're at it?
Water's fine.
Maybe we can use that to wash off some of the stench. Phew.
So, about what happened earlier that triggered my completely unfair removal and ban from the premises.
If you're gonna end that sentence with anything but an apology, you might want to rethink that.
So an apology would help?
No, but it's the only thing that won't make things worse.
Alright, I'm sorry. For everything. Except for that calling that lady's mother a hamster. She deserved that pie to the face.
Well, turns out I was wrong.
An apology made things worse, too. So, how's business lately?
Better, now that we've finished payments and repairs. Do you know how rainy the city is? You know how many holes you left in the roof?
Did I mention I'm sorry? Because I'm sorry.
Well, to be fair, it did end up being a great feature for marketing. Rustic skylights and all that. We even came up with a commemorative cocktail. Named it after you and everything.
Wait. You're saying I indirectly inspired my own special cocktail? Wow, what an honor.
Yeah, the Flamin' Dumpster Fire is one of our best sellers. Who knew? Speaking of dumpsters, you smell like you've been rolling around in one. I'd ask what you've been doing, but I'm afraid to know.
Huh, lots of familiar faces here tonight.
What do you expect? It's a speakeasy. You got regulars.
Regulars that all happen to be animals I know who are relevant to the case I'm investigating?
Hey, I pride myself on running a convenient watering hole.
So is this what I ask you questions about each of them, get all the gossip straight from the stripy horse's mouth?
Firstly, zebras are not stripy horses, and that stereotype has held us back far too long. And secondly, you've got some very weird ideas of how bartenders work, Cat. Since when are we supposed to know everything about everyone?
Since always.
Like I said, weird ideas.
Fine, but there's one familiar face I don't see here tonight.
Ask about her.
Is she here?
Could you be a bit more specific, Cat? I run a gender-diverse establishment here.
Oh, for who else? Who else would I be asking about?
I mean, you're sort of trying to be deliberately mysterious, so...
Elma. I'm asking about Elma. Is she here tonight?
Oh, I mean...
I would hope so, considering she works here.
Matter of fact, she's due to go on stage any minute.
And there she is.
Oh, Elma. Okay.
Miss Elma Gautier. Trouble. The kind of trouble that wears a colorful dress.
Ooh.
Though, you'll have to take my word on it. What with that black and white filter. She's a sheep.
Yeah,
A
with the big
seducer.
hoops.
A siren.
I can't... What is this? Live, it don't make sense. What? I'm just gonna let her sing. I love this. This is incredible.
Not a good siren, mind you. I don't judge. In this world, you do what you can to survive. And Elma, she's a survivor. Even if it means getting her wool dirty with some questionable activities.
She's like Lady Gaga. I'm just kidding. Lady Gaga is an artist. I feel it. I feel it in my heart now.
Speaking of questionable activities, I hope this song finishes soon.
Was that it? The one clap? The single clap? Oh, thank you, thank you. If you want a tip, you know where to find me at the bar. Okay, all right. What do you want? Hey, you still serving that drink that smells like and tastes like pineapple juice served in an elderly chain-smoking rhino's ashtray? The pineapple regret, obviously. It's our house specialty. Though after getting one poured on me during your fiasco, I'm thinking of taking it off. How special, huh? But that means it's real popular. Look, you've only been kicked out for a week. You can't have forgotten this much about this place. No matter how hard I try to sell it, talk up the good make of the cigars, and the rhino's lack of flatulence, still seems only one animal orders it. Good to know, which reminds me. All for a ride. That's all for me. I'm good, thanks. That's a bald-faced lie, you know it. Now sit down and shut up. Hi, Elma. Wait, do I want to talk to... I'm going to talk to Scales first. Well, hey, if it ain't the cat who came sniffing around our base. Gave me one heck of a shiner, you know. I kind of made the voices kind of similar. Oh dear, you look good. Can't even see the black eye. That's because of my scaly complexion. Anyway, you're either real brave or real stupid. I'd say brave, but apparently I'm outvoted unanimously by everybody else. Well, either way, you got some guts. No hard feelings, yeah? I don't know, bump on my head you gave me was pretty hard. Hey, that was business. I'm here on pleasure, so I got no beef with you. Mostly because neither of us are cows. You let me drink till I get a headache of my own, we got no problems, you dig? Where's your boss? Gotta talk to your boss, Manny Malone, again. Where can I find him? I can't. Wait, he's dead? Jeez, I knew I shouldn't have left him trapped in that upside-down glass with no air or food. Nah, one of our boys found him and let him loose after you left. He's fine, he's just very, very pissed. At you. Uh-oh, so you're gonna beat me up again? Rip the collar stole from my paws? Send me to the bottom of the river so I get my fur all wet? Whew, me? I'm not doing all that. Doing great. If you could do 6 female voices and 8 male voices, all different completely, you would not be here streaming on Twitch. Yeah, right. Like I said, I'm here to relax. I'm off the clock. I'm not doing no crocodile tears business while I got a drink in my claw. But that also means I ain't playing secretary to your meetings with our boss, and I ain't telling you where our new HQ is. You ain't going there, you ain't seeing the mantis again. But trust me, given how peeved the boss is, you don't want to see him again. At least you graduated from 3 voices to 4. Hey, Scales, is it? Did you hear? Sounds like the Crocodile Tears are having some trouble with other gangs tonight. We might need your help. What do you know about the other gangs? Frankly, I'm surprised you know about us. Well, I know that. Sharks and shirts are swim again. There's blood in the water, and the sharks and shirts are on the prowl in your turf. Wait, they are? Yep, you know their boss. Dolphins can be real jerks sometimes. Wait, you're saying Dom the Dolphin's involved? Terror of 10th Street? That's the one. Stuff's going down on 10th Street right now. You should believe me because I know all these names and places and stuff. Ugh. I better head back and see what's up. Boss will probably need my help. Yeah, you should go. Your help might really help to balance the scales. Get it? Scales? Yeah, you get it. Because your name is and you're, you know. You know what? I'm gonna shut up now before you eat me. First smart thing you've said or done all night. First, fine, I'm off. Tell the barkeep to put my drink on your tab.
Sure will, and wait, what?
Exited with effortless cool.
Man, I hope he gets gingivitis and cavities someday. That'll learn him.
Alright. I'm gonna do my best to actually do Rudy's voice the way I was planning on doing it, which was to try to do it as a terrible Jason Statham accent that I enjoy doing. Wait, I gotta do the, because this is my Jason Statham that I do. That's it's Seth Green pretending to be Jason Statham in a fucking Italian Job. So I have to go back to get that voice.
I need your truck and your workshop. Oh, you. Rudy, good to see you. What are you doing here at the secret speakeasy nobody knows about? You're the one who blabbed about us about it months ago. Oh yeah, that's why I got kicked out the other time. Anyway, what are you doing here? Don't you have in mind the kiosk? How many jackasses, donkeys, mules do you think need to check the newspaper at this time of night? Besides, Jimmy's holding down the fort. I've earned a drink for my troubles, I think. You have troubles? Sure do. Like getting a certain catty jerk to pay back the money he owes me. Oh, right. About that. If you're about to launch in some sob story about how the gig you had lined up isn't gonna pay, I can't fully express how little I want to hear it. Good to know. Definitely was not about to do anything like that. No, sir. Good. Because the only next words I want to hear from you are, I've got your money right here. Got it? What's the matter? Cat got your tongue? Well, yeah, consider I'm a cat who's got a tongue. But you said not to say any other words except I've got your money right here, so I couldn't reply, and then... Oh, just leave before I decide to relieve my headache with some horn-related violence. Okay. Sorry, Rudy. I'm just a little bit intimidated by Elma, so I'm going to talk to Francis real. No, so you didn't make it out to the super speakeasy that nobody's supposed to know about. I'm honestly surprised. Well, you know, I'm a detective. I know all sorts of things nobody's supposed to know about. What, to make up for not knowing all the things everybody's supposed to know about it? More or less. Speaking of which, if you're a regular, how did you not put two and two together and realize who it was you smelled at the scene of the crime? Do I look like the kind of bird that goes up to everybody in the bar and sniff them deeply? I have other, more important things to do with my time. Actually, hey, yeah, didn't you chase me out of your apartment saying you had somewhere important to be? Yet now you're here? Sweetie, after the week I've had, this is somewhere important to be. Besides, all your questions about the drinks and things got me thirsty. Well, glad to know the mysterious death of a fellow feline has provided you an excuse. Sorry, inspiration to come here and get drunk. Hey, no reason to let a little death and detective work ruin a perfectly good evening. Alright. I guess I should talk to Elma, but also... Okay. Elma Gautier. Good to see you. And, hear you again. Well, look who the cat... I don't remember what voice I just did her voice and I forgot what kind of voice I gave her. Shit! That's the problem. There's so many things to remember. What do I want to do for her? Oh, well, look who the cat I'm just gonna go generic woman voice that I try to do. Look who the cat dragged in. I'm not even certain how that would work. Grab my own collar or... No, Al. Good to know some things never change. Oof, except maybe a cologne. Have you been rolling in trash? Something like that. I can give myself a tongue bath right now if it's a problem. No, I like a cat that's not afraid to get dirty. Speaking of which, I didn't think I'd see you in this bar again after what you pulled. Yeah, well, I can be very persuasive when I put my mind to it. How's the bar life been treating you, my dear? No, same old. Bad tips, lousy front house, terrible pay for show, barely making rent. The usual, it's a bad scene. Uh-huh, and how are you getting by? The usual? Well, you know me, darling. Lady's gotta do what she's gotta do to get by. Even if it means a little under the table here and there. What does that mean? What does that mean?
Try 10 floors down. In the basement? No. In the sewers. Let's just say our first meeting was when she picked my pocket. Joke was on her. My wallet was empty. Like it always is.
Yeah, that's the only good thing about being broke.
Like I said, Elma Gautier is a survivor. And in this town, there are plenty of opportunities for a survivor too.
Sweetie, you're monologuing again. Remember, inside voice, outside voice.
Oh, right. Well, glad to know you still got friends in low places helping you out.
Oh yeah, you like me always relies on generous friends. Even the ones who just throw in a little in the cookie jar, if you catch my drift.
Hang on, what are we talking about? Are we talking about?
I'm trying to hint that you should buy me a drink, you cute, clueless, cheapskate. Hey man, it's really hard to read.
Let me drink a drink real quick.
My voice is all fucked up.
Oh, right. That was all part of my plan. Yes, sounds great. Bartender? Bartender? Can you order my friend, one house special pineapple regret for the lady?
I'm no lady, but I'll never turn down my favorite drink. Tastes like regret and pineapple. Can't get enough of these.
I know, your wool smells of them all the time.
Big talk from a brave boy who stinks like back alley garbage, my sweet. At least I smell vaguely like something distantly related to fruit.
So given that, mind explaining to me why I've got a collar from one of my cases that's reeking of pineapple regret?
What are you implying? That I did it? Why would I steal a collar?
She's become more and more New Jersey and New Yorkish as it goes along. How'd you know it was a collar?
Because you just said Because you just said that was what it was.
Oh. Whoops. Damn. Totally thought that detective trick would work. How do you explain the smell of your favorite drink?
You're probably just mistaken. The smell of the sewers probably just screwed up your sense of smell. Wait. Damn. You didn't mention I was in the sewers, did you? You cunning bastard. You played dumb with the collar trick to set another trap for me.
I did, yeah. Yeah, I totally did. Completely intentional. Me playing dumb. Now, shall we try this again?
I didn't kill that cat if that's what you're wondering.
That's a start. Let's see what else you can tell me.
I feel like I did the other lady's voice for this.
So you were there when the weird cat died?
Not exactly. It was dead already when I got there. It was a bad scene. It was in the neighborhood on my way home from work. I was minding my business when I heard a loud crack. Probably should have let sleeping dogs lie, but I figured it was worth checking out. I got to the warehouse and I saw...
What, the cat? The hole?
No, I mean, yes, I saw the cat, but I was more focused on what was on the cat.
On the... Wait, you mean the collar?
Yeah, it caught my eye. But like you said, the cat was there too. So I ran in to check on him, but he was gone. He was gone. I swear on my life he was already stone cold dead. If he wasn't, I would have helped. But since he was...
What, you ripped the collar off his freshly dead body?
I didn't rip it off. I unbuckled it very carefully. That's why I was there long enough to get interrupted. Okay, I mean, all right, sure.
So I take it you noticed the cat looked weird?
That's an understatement. Like I said, it was a bad scene.
Have you ever seen a cat like that before? Living or dead?
No, but I'd heard about it.
What? What'd you hear?
I can't tell you.
Why not? Where'd you hear whatever it is you can't tell me?
Can't tell you that either.
I get a headache from what you can and can't tell me. Too confusing.
I can tell you that the cat was dead when I got there, but not for long. He was still warm.
But you said it was stone cold dead.
Figure of speech, darling.
Fine, anything else you can tell me?
Only that I have no idea why you look like that, and I never seen him before in my life. Except...
What?
You look like you. If you were short, on 4 legs, and a freak of nature, I mean.
And yet you didn't hesitate to steal from me. Him, whatever.
Actually, it made me even more eager, not gonna lie. I do love treating you bad, darling. She likes treating me bad, huh? Collar. The collar stinks of pineapple regret, which means you were carrying it around, I take it. I grabbed it off the body as soon as I realized the cat was dead.
Why? It's not even your style.
It's not for me, you ninny, it's for...
Who?
Look, that collar is more valuable than you realize. It's in high demand, shall we say. I know it looks like a silly little scrap of fabric, but...
Actually, I kind of get why folks might want one.
You do? Well, you clearly know something I don't. Which is not a sentence I thought I'd ever say. All I know is through the grapevine is that there were several parties interested in getting their hands on a collar like that.
Man, why am I never invited to parties like that?
Trust me, these are bad parties you don't want any part of.
What does that have to do with? Oh, you're talking about crime and stuff.
Yes, please, shout it loud in the middle of a bar, which is also technically a crime, in earshot of a mook who's part of an organized crime racket. But yeah, it turns out some folks out there want that collar bad. And whoever's interested is willing to pay handsomely for them. Well, you know I like handsome things, sweetie. That's why I put up with your pretty empty head.
So you saw the body, the collar. What about the hole?
There was a hole in the ceiling. I'm not sure what else you want me to say, sugar.
Did you notice anything about the hole? Like, I don't know, maybe signs of explosives or fire or something?
Sorry, I was more focused on the dead body.
And the collar on it.
Bad scene, you know. But no, now that you mention it, I didn't see or smell anything like that. And I would have noticed smoke. And it's hell to get out of wool, you know.
Compared to pineapple regret and ode to sewage.
Fair point. But still, I don't think holes like that are caused by that kind of explosion. At least not this time.
Holes like that? So then what happened? You said you were interrupted?
Yeah, by a very high-pitched shriek. Turns out some feathery flamingo stumbled upon me and the body. I panicked, and the bird brain was blocking the only door out, so I ran out the only other way I could think of. Into the sewers.
Weren't trying to meet up with anyone there? Say a certain green insect and his equally green goons?
You mean Manny the Mantis and the crocodile tears? Far from it. I was hoping to sneak off their turf without them knowing I was there. They found me after about 10 minutes. My horrified and disgusting shrieking gave me away.
You shrieking? What was there to shriek about?
Darling, do I look like the kind of you who enjoys bathing in sewage? Had to shampoo my wool for hours to get the stench out. Bad scene.
Alright, but if you were just grabbing the collar to sell it for money, why not just sell it to Manny when he caught you?
Oh, he made me an offer. It's just that the offer involved 10 very intimidating crocodiles and the pointed reminder that the loot was on his turf.
So you had to surrender the collar, run home empty-hoofed.
This time, unfortunately. Too bad.
Wait, this time?
You know, this pineapple regret is really nice. You should try it. Ashtray flavor's not bad.
Make it sound like this has happened before.
Do I now?
I mean, you certainly don't seem surprised by what happened.
This is just my sang Freud, my dear. What? What the hell's that mean? That's just my sang Freud, my dear.
I'm not sure what Sam Lloyd has to do with any of this. Is he a suspect? Did he do this before?
You're lucky you're cute, or I'd be real put out by you right now, mister.
So, has it happened before or not?
Sure has. Don't know how many times, but enough that it's almost a regular thing lately.
So who are you going to sell the collar to before Manny the Mantis put in his winning bid?
Whoever ended up being the highest bidder, obviously. Oh, you've walked into me doing two of the worst voices you've ever heard. Somewhat sounding like Beetlejuice and somewhat sounding like New York. So this lady found the collar that we found on the dead, or that was on the dead body that we're investigating. So we're trying to figure out why she stole the collar in the first place and all that stuff. And then there's a bunch of animal type things happening. That's all I can tell you, Eric. Also, welcome in. If anybody can do a shout out for Eric, please do. Eric is one of the best people I know. He does a podcast. He also does Twitch now. I'll do it real quick. Because if I don't know if anybody's here. I almost wrote Mr. the Human Types because I was typing. But follow Eric because he plays fantastic games. He's actually playing another game tomorrow. Yeah, follow him. So I'm gonna keep doing these voices and figure out what's going on with the story. Whoever ended up being the highest bidder, obviously. You really don't understand how money works, do you, sweetie?
I understand that it means there were lots of interested buyers who were willing to compete with each other.
Oh, that would be a very smart deduction from you, Al. Save for the bit where I already said as much a few minutes ago.
You expect me to pay attention to what you say? Ah, and as for these buyers, any of them have names?
You're trying to learn DaVinci Resolve as you do this? Nice. Yeah, you're non-erotic for a game where you're a detective. Then what's even the point? Yeah. Not the sorts of names I'd be comfortable yelling in the middle of a bar.
What do you mean? It's just something that's probably illegal in the middle of an illegal bar filled with illegal... Oh, now I get it.
Yeah, you get it. Iminal cray der world unday upstay.
Sorry, babe, don't speak your fancy French. So if that's your plan for avoiding having the whole criminal underworld listening in, we'll have to do something else.
Ugh. Like I said, sorts of buyers I had in mind with the kind of cash I had in mind aren't the sort who'd like me yelling their name in public. A bad scene, you know. Of course, I might feel more comfortable talking about them if you started yelling their names in public.
Nah, because no one knows to suspect me, so I'd be safe if I did it.
More like I'd rather get your kneecaps whacked than me. What if this is just a secret Hotline Miami sequel, right?
You say the cat was already dead, but how do you know you're telling the truth? How do I know that any of this is actually what happened?
What, I'm not trustworthy? Why wouldn't you trust little old me?
Well, I mean, you could start on the fact that you seem to be rubbing haunches with the animals of the bad scene, as you call it. Or the fact that you willingly admitted to stealing from a corpse in order to score some cash. But mostly it's because you're a singer in a smoky jazz bar. That always means you're up to no good.
Oh, right, that. Look, I can't blame you for doubting me, but it doesn't look good. But all I'm really guilty of is being too poor to be fussy about where I get my dough. I'm not bad. I'm just a black sheep of sorts.
If that's the case, do you mind telling me the whole truth? There's clearly something bigger going on here where you're not giving all the info.
A gal's gotta have some secrets. Especially when they might get her in trouble with the wrong crowd. But let's just say if you ask the right questions, I might be willing to tell you more of what I know. Whether you trust it is up to you.
Alright. So let me get this straight. You were a bystander to the death or appearance or whatever of this mystery cat corpse.
Correct.
You were short on cash, you'd heard the collar was valuable in the back market, so you grabbed it with the idea of selling it for a quick buck.
More or less, yes.
Manny's goons caught you before you could leave the area, shook you down, took the collar for themselves.
Oh, look at you, rubbing your two brain cells together for once. I'm impressed.
3, actually. I'm very proud. And the third one's still stuck on who wanted this color, why, and how you knew about it.
All perfectly good questions, my little himbo parable. Perhaps you should go see... I read that really slowly. Perhaps you should go see if you can dig up some answers before asking me about them.
So if I found something very interesting in the police archives. Case 4666, ring a bell?
Should it?
Considering it involves a mysterious cat, a hole, and 3 very interesting individuals, I figured it might. Tell me. Do the names Dom the Dolphin, Orangutan, and Minky the Mink Jones mean anything to you?
Fine. I know them. Or, well, I know of them, at least. They were buyers I was hoping to sell the collar to.
They're all gang leaders like Manny, aren't they? Between them, they're
the heads of this city's criminal underworld. Now you're getting it. And now you know why I wasn't in a hurry to chat about it with a goon sitting nearby. But yeah, the whole underbelly of this town's in one hell of a state. The heads of the gangs are looking for these collars, and they're willing to pay top dollar to anyone who brings one of them.
Collars, as in plural?
Oh, honey, you passed elementary grade grammar. Honestly, no sass. I'm proud of you. But yes, that's how plurals work. It's so condescending. So
one from this case and one from case 4666, I assume. So this, whatever this is, happened twice.
Twice, oh you stupid sex on legs. More like the police only caught it twice. It happened way, way more than that.
What? So you say it happened more than once. What is it?
I don't really know the details, but from what I gather, they all involve some sort of weird cat just appearing out of nowhere in random parts of the city.
Didn't think I took any cases like this before.
Not you. I'm more like the dead cat. Real small, weird legs. Although I don't know if all of them actually died. I heard some of them were alive and just went missing afterwards. Bad scene, I say. All of them blew some kind of hole in the ceiling or building when they showed up. And most of them had some sort of collar on them as well. Those collars are what's got everyone riled up. That's why the gangs are on the lookout for any random cats showing up. And why there's big bucks to make if you can bring them one.
And that's why you went for it. I think I'm getting it, for once. Wow, a whole 2 times police did their job?
Don't be too impressed. It was pure luck both times and they stumbled on the cat before anyone else did. And, well, both times there were some strings being pulled to bury the case, if you catch my drift.
Catching anyone's drift is against my religion. Thanks. Also, what does strings have to do with anything? They're fun to bat around and play with, but...
God, he's so fucking stupid. Pay off, sweetie. The gangs have their fingers, paws, hooves, claws in the police pie. Clearly one of them made your case go away so no one poked too deeply.
Ha! Poking too deeply is my specialty.
Same here.
It's what stopped me from being a dentist.
He did say he has 3 brain cells. He does. He's
or a proctologist.
Thanks for that bad image.
So what have the gangs been doing exactly?
Yeah, it's impressive that he has a tied tie. And maybe it's a clip-on. It could be a clip-on. Besides paying off the cops, you mean? Well, they've all been keeping ears to the ground, listening for any word of one of these weird cats showing up.
So they're not the ones behind bringing the cats in the first place?
I don't know. But they do seem to have a good sense of when to be on alert. Just not where. Either way, when they get wind of another, whoever runs that territory swoops in and clears everything out before the cops or anyone else notice. Unless, say, a plucky gal sneaks in to grab the goods before then.
How'd that go for you?
Pretty bad. But you can't blame a girl for trying. The gangs might have an understanding about respecting turf, but that won't stop them from trying to get a leg up on each other. Or several legs, really.
So when they clear everything out, does that mean the cat too? Or are they putting the poor kitties in concrete muffin makers?
No idea. They take the cat with them either way. No one's actually seen any of the cats since then. So yeah, bad scene, even for me. But I get the feeling that's just tying up loose ends. It's not the cats they're interested in. It's those weird collars of theirs. They're fighting tooth and nail over them. Makes me think there might be a separate buyer that they're all competing for. What I don't understand is what's so special about those collars. I can't imagine why so many are trying to get their hands on them.
Wow, for once something I know that you don't.
Okay, I'm gonna drink some water. I said water and then I drank my ginger ale. Okay. Actual water.
So, how long has this been going on for with the cats and collars and stuff?
Oh, months, darling. It's been a bad scene for a while.
How's no one besides your shady friends picked up on anything? Surely I'd have noticed something after this long.
Sweetie, you don't even notice when you have kitty litter on your butt. I don't think you're an expert on what does and doesn't draw attention. But besides, my shady friends like to keep things on the down low. And they're very good at what they do.
So then I guess the question is, if this has happened more than twice, how many times has it happened?
A lot.
Like 3, 4, high single digits.
Try high double digits. And those are just the ones I've heard of. Might even be triple.
My God, that's bad. I don't know if I can count that high. I only have 18 toe pads. Math wasn't my strong suit. Math wasn't my strong suit.
I didn't think you had any strong suits. I mean, that suit you're wearing is pretty bad.
So you're telling me that for the past few months, countless cats have been appearing in town through giant holes in the roof, only for the underworld gangs to show up and snatch them out of their collars?
More or less. Like I keep saying, it's
a bad scene, yeah. I know. You're not wrong, though. Those poor cats, so noble, so adorable, so misunderstood.
Are you talking about missing cats or yourself? Remember, most of the missing cats were also very, very weird. Which applies to you, too, now that I think about it.
Seems like my kitty case just the tip of the iceberg. And not a penguin in sight to help. Well, thanks, Alma. This'll help my investigation a lot. I'm not entirely sure how yet, but I'm sure it'll come up eventually.
Oh, well, thanks for... That makes risking my life blabbing criminal secrets all worth it, if you might maybe sort of find it useful.
Oh, yeah, will you be okay? I mean, between that and the whole trying to snatch a collar from under Manning's nose, I imagine they might be mildly annoyed at you.
Serves them right for not paying me what I'm worth. Besides, I've had a pineapple regret, which means I'm doing things I'm gonna regret. Don't worry about me, doll. My wool might get dirty, but I know a good dry cleaner. And I always make the best of a bad scene.
That'll be all for now, Alma, but don't go far. I might have other questions.
Where else would I be but here, sugar? Okay, do I need to talk to any of these people? I guess call for a rest.
So, could I borrow your phone? I need to make a phone call.
What, to a lawyer? I can't remember what voice I get. What, to a lawyer? First smart thing you've done.
No, I just need to get a lift.
What, from your mommy?
No, nothing maternal about it. No siree.
Now just shove the booster seat out of the way and mind the slobber on the pacifier. Oh, the joys of being a mother.
Thanks, Mom. I mean, Deborah. I appreciate you giving me a lift. Again.
Don't mention it. I figure these are all billable hours, so a few more of these rides should put at least 2 more kids through college.
Wait, you're billing me for this? I thought you were just doing it because you like me.
Hi, John. How are you doing? Well, you know, this whole game is a strange time, and so far I've been having a good time reading it out, just because I think the characters are fun. I do. I like you because I get to bill you. A lot.
You know what? I'll take it. Because right now, I need all the friends I can get. I need to ask you something.
So we're a cat investigator, and we're in the middle of a case, and right now my lawyer pig neighbor friend is driving me back to wherever I need to go.
Something very important.
Anytime.
Do you mind if I give myself a tongue bath back here? I'm in desperate need of one.
Oh, yes, you are. Go right ahead. The back seat's already covered in drool from the kids anyway.
Fantastic. Now to see if I've got enough room to start licking my own crotch.
Oh my god. Okay. What can I do with this guy? Oh, I can't talk to him. I gotta go back to my car. Where do I need to go? We need developers to make more games like that. Of course we do. They're so good. It's such a weird game, but I love shit like this. All right, back to my car.
This is not a walking distance. This is not a walking distance.
What? What are you talking about?
This is not a walking distance.
Yeah, I want to just look at my... Okay. So where do I need to go? Can I go back to the Mrs. G? Do I need to talk to the sheep again? So I found out all that stuff. This guy gonna talk to me again?
You know how you said this was all part of a conspiracy? Well, you might be right. Turns out that there have been tons of these holes appearing all over town.
I told you. What'd I tell you? Maybe you already knew about that if you're part of the conspiracy.
Sir, people don't trust me with their lunch money. I don't think anyone would trust me with a large spanning criminal underworld conspiracy.
That kind of makes sense. Wait, did you mention criminal underworld?
Yeah, that'd be the conspiracy part. My source says that the various gangs in the city have been trying to chase down these holes and look for something. Or someone that appeared along with them. Some of them have been trying to beat each other to the punch, or pay others to go in and steal what they're looking for. It's a bad scene, as my source would say.
Wait, what did you just say?
Oh, that the gangs were trying to be first to find...
No, the other thing. What your source said.
Oh, she said it was a bad scene. Frankly, I feel like it's a bad pun, but, you know.
All right, I'll trust you. I'm coming out.
Phew. I thought you'd never come out. Now let's get a look at you.
Oh. Hello. What's wrong? Is my wool messy? Sorry, I haven't had a shower in a month, so...
No, you just look a lot like someone I know. Uncannily, even. Like someone used the same model of a sheep twice.
Oh, I'm sure that's just a coincidence. There's no other reason this someone would reuse the same model, after all. This coming from Mr.
Weren't you just complaining that I was treating the holes like a coincidence and ignoring the larger conspiracy? Now you're trying to say this coincidence?
Of course! Because it's completely different. It's not like this is something where special attention is being called to it or anything.
But you are calling special attention to it.
Anyway, now you see what I'm talking about. This is all part of the cult's machinations, and the criminal underworld is its grasping paw.
Hang on, back up a minute. Before we start unpacking that airport's worth of baggage, what does this have anything to do with your wife, and why were you hiding from her?
Weren't you listening? She's a member of the cult, and she's taken part in whatever foul kidnappings they've got going on. Maybe even murder.
And you know this how?
Do you want me to start with reading it in her journal, or start with hearing it from her own victim's lips? I mean, I just want to see if there was anything in here. I can't jump. Wait, where'd you go? Oh, you're right here. Jesus Christ, you scared me. Fucking sheep man. What do you got, Mr. G? Mr. Gesundheit? It's a relief to have someone to tell about all this. What do you need to know?
Start from the beginning. Let's pace ourselves a bit. Start at the beginning. What happened the day you started hiding in your room?
Well, it all started when Wilma headed off for her ballet recital. I'd rather be shaved by a blind yak than watch that stuff, so I decided to go out of town. But before I could do that, everything becomes New York or Boston.
Let me guess. Suddenly a hole appeared in the wall with a loud bang.
Actually, no, the hole had been there for a week already. She said it was for a skylight she was putting in. I was drinking some water and accidentally spilled some. Normally, I just wait for her to get home to clean it up, but after I kept slipping on the puddle while I got ready, I decided to mop it up myself. And then it took me an hour to find the closet with the cleaning supplies because, you know, not like I ever use them. But when I opened it, I saw you are a shitty husband. That's first question. First answer is that you're a shit husband.
What, cleaning supplies?
Well, yeah, but I also saw him. Her victim.
What victim? What makes you say victim?
What else do you call something or someone who's been kidnapped, tied up, and stuck in a closet?
Wait, back up. You're saying you found someone tied up in one of your closets?
Yeah, that's what I just said. Pay attention. Not just someone, a strange freakish creature. Like nothing I'd ever seen before.
Hey, I represent that remark.
Huh?
I mean, it was a weird, small, four-legged cat, right?
Hello, Vagrant. How you doing? Welcome into Chris Does Terrible Voices for at least a couple hours. What? No, nothing like that. What part I've never seen before didn't make sense to you? God, I'm amazed my wife hired you.
Okay, so what was it if not a cat?
He was pink, I guess. No fur at all, except on his head and chin. Stood on two legs, but a lot taller than me. Had a weirdest face I've ever seen.
Yeah, I'm the title holder no longer.
You ain't gonna have a voice tomorrow? I did all this on Sunday too. Or, what was it, Thursday last week? And it felt fine. I do okay. Is there an ad coming soon? I feel like there is. It's usually around this time. I'm gonna give it a, let me check something. I can't remember what time it's supposed to do a thing. Where's my mouse? Mouse, please? Is there a... Oh yeah, ad starts in a minute. Okay, we'll give it a second. Okay.
So you found a creature tied up in your broom closet. How do you know your wife was the one who tied him up?
Because he told me when I took the gag off?
Wait, he was gagged and he could speak?
That's usually why you gag someone, yes. He begged me to help him. Said he was had been trapped in there for at least a few days.
Let me guess, around the time the hole appeared, did he say how he got there?
Well, yes and no. He said he appeared in the apartment somehow, which didn't make any sense. When I asked him to explain, his explanation made less sense. When I asked how he got in the closet, he was very clear there. It was my wife. My perfidious partner. My suspicious squeeze, my...
Mr. G, focus. How did she manage to overpower him?
He said that when he first appeared, my wife was there in the apartment. Apparently, she reassured him, explained some things, made him some tea to calm him down. But the tea tasted strange and he fell asleep, only to wake up in the closet, gagged and bound. Sounds like a Friday night. Anyway, let's take a quick break, says the ads are coming, and I will be right back. I'm gonna go use the restroom and drink some water and stuff, and I will be right back. Enjoy this break. Well. And we might do it tonight. We might do it. Oh! Which way? This way? Oh my god. Oh, how did I do that? You guys, I have transcended. That was amazing. That was the most incredible. Oh god, I don't even know how. I honestly don't know how that happened.
Oh, shit.
Oh! Spoof my fucking nuts.
Spoof your fucking nuts.
Oh.
Spoofing your nuts.
Are you
Are you guys,
my
are
entire
you guys
ass?
spoofing my nuts right now?
Shit, I forgot which way is forward, which way is
Oh
back.
my god, I can't get up this hill. This hill is spoofing my whole ass.
Spoofing my nuts.
Oh my god.
You need your bot to say something like that. Are you spoofing me right now?
Are you fucking spoofing me right now? What's in this rummage? Candle. Alright. I'm gonna rummage through some trash. Ah! I wasn't prepared for the hands. What was that? The hands. Why? What? John, you need to, need to screenshot that for me? Whatever that ad is? Whatever that ad you saw or think you saw? Please do that. Because I would like to know what the hell's going on with that. Because what do you mean? Alright, 16 seconds left in the ad. I heard about getting someone getting an ED ad elsewhere. Well, that's like because of age, I think too. Age and gender demographics. A lot of that going on for ad placement. All right, we're back. We're back. All right. Next thing. I knew her tea was bad, but I had no idea it was that bad. Why I hate it all. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it just happens. The journal?
You said that you were able to tell your wife was an evil kidnapper by cultists from her journal.
Well, sort of. It's also her day planner, you see. I entered her to-do list. She also calls it her manifestation diary.
I get the picture. So wait, you read this thing and somehow between her grocery list and 5-year plan and dream diary, you got mad hostage taking cultist out of it?
I mean, it wasn't difficult. She put down cultist meeting in her day planner.
Huh? Not the smartest cultist I've ever heard of. You sure she didn't write client meeting in really bad handwriting?
No, that ends up looking like diet meeting. Let me tell you, the day I asked me how the diet meetings were going was not a good day for me.
I need to start watching the Super Bowl then? What else does this creature say to you other than, help me, get me out of here?
I mean, there was a lot of that, a lot. And of course there was when he told me that about what my wife did. But everything else he said was weird.
Right, you said something earlier about his explanation of appearing was weird and made no sense. What did he actually say?
Honestly, I didn't understand a word of it. Something about orbity, blorbity, electrons, moron particles, and spinning quintet numbers.
Sounds less like an explanation, more like me when I'm drunk. Did this creature have a name?
He did. What was it again? Humdinger? Shoe digger? Let me think. Oh, Schrodinger. It's fucking Schrodinger's cat. How did I not... It's Schrodinger's cat. That's it. Heck of a name. I feel for the guy. My last name's Gesundheit.
I didn't sneeze.
See what I mean? Anyway, poor guy seemed kind of freaked out, though. More about the closet thing than anything else, weirdly enough.
Ah, yes, because everything else seems so run-of-the-mill. Did he say anything else strange?
Well, now that you mentioned, he did keep asking about his cats.
Well, a creature in your closet claiming your wife drugged him, tied him up. Imagine you had some reaction to that.
Well, my first reaction was to try to find something to drink.
Oh, that was kind water for the prisoner.
No, whiskey for me. And while I was chugging, he started begging me to keep something safe for him. Make sure my wife didn't get it. Between that and how big he was and how weak he was after being trapped in there, I figured he needed help, so I went to my neighbor to ask for help.
And did they?
Well, see, that's the thing. When we got back, the poor thing was gone. Just vanished out of the closet entirely. No trace of him.
Did he have just escaped after you untied him and left the apartment by himself? You did untie him, right?
I knew I forgot something.
So if he was still tied up, someone must have moved him. Either your wife or someone else.
Either way, my wife had something to do with it. After we found the closet empty, I read her journal and... Well, yeah, that was when I locked myself in.
So you didn't suspect your wife of being cultist or kidnapper before any of this?
Nope, only suspected her of having bad taste in entertainment. I mean, ballet? Really? Out of all froofy, jumping, and pointy hooves?
So you're saying that, the giant hole that appeared in your living room didn't maybe clue you in that something was up?
I figured she was just on one of her redecorating kicks again. Trust me, busting a giant hole in the wall is not the weirdest thing she's ever done.
Oh, okay, so you didn't suspect her, but wouldn't she suspect you for being onto her? I mean, if she was holding this guy hostage, surely it would have occurred to her that was the reason you freaked out and hid from her because you found him.
I don't think you realize how rarely I do any cleaning. I think that was the first time I'd ever opened the broom cupboard. She probably figured your secret was safe in there forever.
Well, hopefully this has inspired you to do more cleaning around the house.
Ew, no. I'll just live in filth, thanks. This guy sucks. Mr. Gesundheit sucks.
The creature mentioned keeping something safe from your wife.
Yeah, he seemed really agitated about it, so I took it with me when I went to go find help.
And where is it now?
I left it with my neighbor. I trust them. They seemed like they knew how to keep it safe.
Who would this neighbor be and where can I find them?
I said I trust them. What in the sleep paralysis demon are you playing? Hi, Selenium. We're playing Cat Detective Albert Wilde, which is a game about a cat detective. We're trying to figure out what's going on with this cat that appeared out of nowhere and these collars that help you appear in random places. And we're talking to this sheep who has seen one of the victims.
Wait, wasn't this whole song and dance about getting you out of the bedroom, about whether you could trust me and...
Yeah, anyway, I'm sure it's still safe and sound with them. Haven't talked to them since I started hiding, mind you, but they're good about this sort of thing. Still don't know what the big song and dance is about though. You'd think that a guy would have more things to worry about than some old collar.
Wait, collar? Creature had a collar on him?
Sure did. Talked about it all the time. Couldn't make head or tail of what he was saying. Mentioned something about looking for some other collars, too.
Okay, take a look at your wife's journal. I'd like to see what was so suspicious in there. Plus, there might be a hint as to where she took this guy.
Over there. Steal your mind for the horrors and evils within.
You haven't seen my journal. Trust me, my mind is very, very steeled. Hold that thought. Check it.
I've been stuck in one place for a month. I think I can handle 5 minutes. Alright, I go over and check the fucking... Is it in here? Where am I going? What's in here? My diary. Please keep out. That means you, Ed.
Let's see what's in here.
I'm doing the wife's voice because she has a German voice. Today's schedule. I mean, I'm not gonna read all this with her voice because it's just a list. Get up, make breakfast, clean Ed's mess, finish cleaning Ed's mess in time for lunch, grocery shopping for appointment, we go dry cleaning, pick up Jay for cult meeting, we made dinner. Oh, I should have.
Gotta say, this isn't sounding particularly incriminating about her being a cultist. See, nothing at all out of the ordinary. Oh, right.
Yeah, just cult meeting. Alright. Game is a gem, a little long for what it is perhaps what I enjoy. Yeah, it's fun. Shopping list, eggs, bread, milk, grass for Ed. Ethically sourced meat for me, unethically sourced meat as a treat. Tea, sugar, sleeping powder, odorless, tasteless. Rope, blindfold. Gag, keep later for fun though with Ed. Cleaning detergent, incense, knife, new cloak, black. Sandwiches for tomorrow's cult meeting. Reminder, Jay dislikes mustard and M hates mayo. Gag, keep for later fun with Ed. I mean, at least she still loves her husband. Cupcakes for tomorrow.
Wow. This is some dark, evil stuff.
At least she's still thinking about her husband during all this.
I mean, she went and got store-bought cupcakes for her secret cult meeting instead of home-baked.
Oops. I accidentally played second music.
That woman's a monster.
The woman's a monster. Personal goals and manifestations. Finding a happiness in...
She even used glitter pens on that last word.
Finding happiness in my comfortable home. Tell Ed to clean his own mess for once. Earn enough money to afford ballet lessons. Twist the laws of reality and morality to serve the members of our cult for greatness. Cults of greatness and to enrich us with wealth and power beyond our wildest dreams. Spend more time in the great outdoors. Take up knitting. Hello, Bulbasaur. How you doing? Welcome in. Hopefully you're having a good day. We're out here doing crazy voices and, you know, trying to make it fun for ourselves. I mean, knitting is fun. Dear diary, exciting day today. I was cleaning yet another one of Ed's messes, and then wouldn't you know, some strange guy suddenly appeared out of a hole in my living room. I know, I can't believe it either. Aren't I the luckiest? He said he was looking for some cats and their collars. Apparently they have some sort of power. Naturally, I did what any smart lady does in such a situation. Drugged him, tightened him up, and stuck him in my closet. I'm a genius. After all, he might be exactly what our cozy little cult has been waiting for all these years. The ticket to everything we've dreamed of. We'll tell the other members at the ritual tomorrow, yeah? Since I'm already bringing potato salad. May need to ask Jay to help me move him. Luckily, no one will ever find him. It'll be a cold day in hell when Ed actually opens the broom cupboard. Dear diary, what a day. I'm so excited. After longing for it for so long, I finally got to see the latest production of Swan Lake. Hooray. It was absolutely indescribable for like the other 20 versions I saw. I've already bought tickets to the next one. I've heard it might involve a goat. I also took advantage of dear Ed being out of the house with his friends and finally got a house guest moved to the cult HQ. Whew, one less chore around the house. Everyone was really excited about our visitor. Agreed we should keep him at the mansion. Phew, he was heavy to carry, though. Thank goodness Jay came along to help. We just got him to the cult meeting and had quite a lively interrogation. It was quite late when I got home. Dear sweet Ed must have already gone to bed, innocent as a lamb. But the silly sheep left the door locked. Oh dear.
This one's dated for today.
Things I'm worried about.
She must have written it before I showed up.
I mean, World Hunger and Poverty 1. The price of eggs. Oh, how prescient. Whether the elder cult members will like the pie I baked for tonight's meeting, where the last 2 callers have gotten to. We have 3 of the 5, but the first one's still missing, and M ended up losing the 5th. How are we supposed to achieve our goals without them? Our poor sweet Ed. Wish the foggiest idea was bothering him. I can't think of a single thing that could explain why he's suddenly so scared and defensive of me. That I'm massively overpaying for Detective Wilde's talents.
Getting a bargain, more like it. Oh wait, M lost the 5th? Could that be Mantis? Do I have the 5th caller? That's everything. Call me
Hi,
a
Hobie.
crazy cat, but I'm beginning to think this lady might be a cultist. But hang on. Today's schedule, tomorrow's meeting. All of these entries are dated, meaning I can tell when these cult meetings are happening. Looks like they happen every week like clockwork.
Yeah.
Using my deductive skills, I can work out the next one will be tonight. Or I could have guessed that from the entry from today that mentioned tonight's meeting.
Yeah.
Sure, I guess.
You fucking idiot. You're one of the dumbest people. But that's exactly what's like. It's a relief to have someone to tell about all this. What do you need to know?
I finished reading your wife's diary. It's a lot longer than the books I usually read, not even any pictures. I thought the writing was subpar and...
Never mind that, you idiot. What about the proof of her crimes? Did you see?
Yeah, there's my professional experience opinion that your wife is totally a cultist. Yep.
And how much was my wife paying you for these amazing leaps of insight and intellect?
Never mind that. The journal mentions some sort of meeting she goes to regularly. Do you know where that might be?
No clue.
Okay, do you have any idea about this Jay character? Seems to be a culty friend of your wife.
No idea.
Do you actually know anything about your wife's personal life at all? Friends, pastimes, hobbies?
No, why would I bother staying updated on all that? You are a fucking horrible husband. You're the worst. You're one of the worst husbands I've ever seen. She's just my wife after all.
I'm beginning to think the two of you might just deserve each other. All right, well, I've got to figure out how to crash a cult meeting. Now you're out of your room, you might want to get somewhere safe.
Don't have to tell me twice. This whole thing is definitely what I could call a bad scene.
Huh, give me any idea. Never thought I'd say this, but might actually have to go talk to the cops.
Okay. Who do I... Betty's office?
So Mr. G's wife is involved with something sinister, and more callers are showing up.
It feels like the
That's
cops
not
are
what's
involved.
got me thinking. 2 things are bugging me. 1, I have a big itch on my back that I
That is
just
something
can't
that bothers me.
reach.
Yes.
And 2, Mr. G's a sheep, which would be fine if Elma wasn't a sheep as well. That's too many sheeps in one case.
That's too many sheeps in one case. Shakes, thanks for the lurk.
Something's not adding up. And since I suck at basic math, I'm gonna go talk to Betty. She at least can count above 10, I think.
The animations in this game upset me, so I'm gonna hide. Oh, it's all good. You just have to listen to my terrible, terrible accents. Well, well, look who's back. I still can't help you, you know.
Does that mean you can help me, or you can't help me, or you can't not help me?
It means I clearly have to pick a simpler code. One that your tiny brain can actually wrap around.
Well, either way, I'm here for something you can help me with. Or can help me with, whatever. You got records on everyone in the city in your file cabinets, right? I need to check up on someone relevant to the case.
Sure, I suppose. You're just lucky my files are organized. What's the last name?
Gautier. Elma Gautier. There's a sheep who may be related to this case, Elma Gautier.
Female name? I'm amazed you met a woman who could tolerate you for more than 60 seconds.
Hey, I've got plenty of female friends. Some of them even tolerate me for more than 90 seconds. Anyway, do you have a file on her?
Let me check my drawers. Check in my drawers? Oh, no boy. I sure do have a file on her. I got a list of crimes here down to my hoof. Like what?
Like what? Stealing, kidnapping, murder?
Yeah, more like 20 cases of is a femme fatale and noir drama who is clearly guilty of something or other. Well, that and petty theft, fencing stolen goods, blackmail, solicitation, and taking candy from a baby? A witch.
Yeah, she's got a diverse portfolio of skills, that's all.
Any sheep-related shenanigans?
She have any relatives? Don't suppose she has any relatives, does she? Say, I don't know, brother.
It says unknown as Gautier.
What does that mean, as Gautier? As compared to what? A Yorkshire Terrier named Steve?
I mean, you're not totally wrong.
Wait, I'm not? I mean, man, Steve pulled a fast one on me. Didn't even notice the wagging tail.
No! I meant more that she's gone by another name before Gautier, according to this. Looks like the first thing we have on for her is a petition. Jesus Christ. Looks like the first thing we have on file for her is a petition for a legal name change. Gautier is what she changed it to.
What? Why?
Apparently, the legal reason she wrote on her form was, my original family name is bad.
How's bad?
Apparently, her original family name was Gesundheit?
Wait, Gesundheit? That's the same last name as the other sheep I'm talking to. They must be related or something.
If this is one of your all sheep look alike things, Al, I swear to salt licks.
No, I think I'm onto something. Look up. Look up Gesundheit. Look up Gesundheit.
I didn't sneeze.
Ah, yes, I know. That's just the last name. And we've already done that gag to death. Look up files for any male sheep with the name Gesundheit. Or I guess Gesundheit.
I think that's enough to work off at Al. Frankly, it's much more than you usually give me to go off of. It's very charming in a goofy way. Ah, here we go. Mr. Gesundheit in the system for a parking violation. Was blocking a zebra crossing. Poor zebras.
Let's see. Yeah, that's definitely him.
Ooh.
My client. Well, more like husband of my client. Long story. What does this file say?
Let's see. Works in an office. Occasional arrest for public drunkenness. But who doesn't have those in this town? Family connection says he's married to a wolf. Mrs. Gesundheit?
Yeah, that would be my client or my suspect. It's a bit complicated. Any other family members?
Well, looks like his parents are deceased. Only living relative is a half-sister. E. Gesundheit.
E. Gesundheit. Elma Gesundheit. I knew it. Knew they were connected somehow. Mr. G's half-sister. It's Elma. Elma and Mr. G are siblings.
Wait, you mean your stupid insistence that every animal knows every other animal of the same species actually paid off for once?
What can I say? I'm a genius. It's part of being such a master detective.
Okay, master detective. So what are the implications of these two being related?
Well, obviously clearly they, I don't know, actually.
This is my surprised face.
But you know who would know? One of the siblings in question. I need to go talk to him and find out what's up.
I suppose that's fair. At least you're doing something that could be vaguely mistaken for detective work if you squint at it. Which is more than the police department is doing.
Yeah, you helped tons. Or you didn't help. Because you're not supposed to. You're really totally unhelped.
You know what? Whatever. I'll take the compliment. Go see those two witnesses and see what they have to say. Who knows? Might have something to do with this case as opposed to some weird serendipity.
One last thing. Schrodinger? Well, hang on. Before I go, there's one more name that's popped up. Mind looking up Schrodinger in your files?
Hang on. I think I know that name. Let me check our records. Searching for files. Searching for files. Yeah, he's a physics professor at the local university, apparently. Talks a lot about things like, well, things my underpaid police hind wouldn't understand.
Entanglement, wave mechanics. Ha, let me guess, he's been missing for the past, say, month or so. No, he's been out of town since stealing. He's been out of town, attending some sort of bigwig seminar about physics. Likely story. Probably just a cover for him being missing. But was actually trapped in a wolf's closet with a gag in his mouth. Interesting theory, but considering the newspapers have had pictures of him for weeks, with headlines like "Local University Professor Amazes International Community with Lecture," that'd be pretty hard to explain. Which, of course, you would have known if you ever read the newspaper. I just glance over it for the classifieds and the comics. Those are the only important bits anyway. It's true. It's very important. Those are very important bits. Still, that's strange. If Schrodinger has been out of town with an airtight alibi, who's the guy in the closet claiming to be Schrodinger? Beats me, may I ask him? That's gonna be a bit of a toughie. But maybe our secret siblings might be able to shed more light in the situation. Okay. Driving now. I didn't realize I was just gonna go. Wait, what's Mr. G doing here now? Where's everyone? Where's Elma? Francis and Rudy and... Look, Kat, this might come as a surprise, but unlike you, other people have real jobs they gotta go to. Or, you know, social lives. Don't revolve around a bar. Or, well, they gotta sleep. Though I'm guessing that's something you spend a lot of time doing instead of, you know, actual work. Oh, absolutely. I was regional champion of the catnap competition back in... Wait, never mind that. I need to talk to Elma. Well, she ain't here. But I need her to be here. For plot reasons. That's great, but that doesn't make her any less not here. Huh, I don't follow. Have you been talking to Betty? Look, if you really gotta talk to Miss Bad Singer, you can check back later. In the meantime, either buy a drink or clear off. Alright, well, I'll talk to Mr. G then. Sup, dog? Mr. G? Oh, hey, look, I know this looks bad, but I can explain. What are you doing at the bar? I thought you were in hiding. You know, the whole locked in your room for a month thing? Yeah, and do you know how hard it is to get booze when you're locked in your bedroom? I figured now it was safe to come out. I deserved a drink. Or 2 or 10. Oh, you're supposed to be drunk. Making up for lost time, huh? I don't blame you for wanting a drink. Sure has been a bad scene lately. Yeah, sure it has been. Mind you, it's been a bad scene for a lot of different animals, hasn't it? Cats, flamingos, sheep. Yeah, sure has been bad. See, I knew you understood that, because as soon as I talked about how much was going on, you opened the door and talked to me. Hello, Nauseam. We're doing investigating, but with the worst voices, and this game is super goofy. I hope you enjoy it. Hope you're having a good time. Thank you for lurking. Yeah, things have been good. We're just having fun doing this. This game has been a lot of fun. More specifically, as soon as you heard me talking about how it had been a bad scene for everyone. It was like my words alone made you realize that you had talked to all these animals in the bad scene. Or maybe just one particular animal in the bad scene. Do I have to keep saying bad scene for you to... Enough, I get it. This game seems awful. No, it's great. It's actually pretty fantastic. Enough, I get it. You made your point. Yes, I did recognize who you heard that from. So yes, Alma's my half-sister. Same RAM, different use. We're not super close, but we have each other's backs when we're in trouble. Like, you know, 1 month ago, when I reached out to her for help. So what happened? Assume she was the friend you mentioned who helped you before? Yeah, after I found the creature in the cleaning cupboard, I knew I needed to help him get out of there. Then it had to be someone I could trust completely. I called her and arranged to meet her here that night. Explained who I found, what he told me about my wife and everything. She agreed to take the guy back to her place and hide him where it was safe. By the time you two got back to your place, the hostage was gone. Exactly. At first, she accused me of setting up a stupid prank, but she saw the hole in my wife's diary. That's when she told me to barricade myself in my room. She'd take care of everything else and come get me when everything was safe. Which she didn't. Meaning she's either the world's worst sister, or things weren't safe. Or maybe even both. Alma sure seemed to know something about these weird appearances and things. Did she already know what was up when you reached out? No, she'd never heard of any of this before. She didn't believe me at first, but with all the talk about collars and weird holes... Well, you know, some animals have, certain tastes.
No, I mean the guy's collar and the big hole in the ceiling. Ugh, you tomcats.
So she never heard of anything like this before and knew less than you did?
Well, certainly started that way. I got the sense that she might have found out a little more later on, though.
You've been in touch since? So you saw her a month ago when you tried to help her help the kidnapped creature. What about after that?
Well, you know, I wasn't exactly being that social considering I was locked in my room the whole time.
I mean, you could have always tried smoke signals or something.
Nah, but I did manage to sneak out of the room once to call her while my wife was out. I was thinking she might be able to spring me free, but she was in a hurry. All she managed to ask was whether any more callers had turned up. Said that might be worth more than we thought.
That certainly sounds familiar. I assume you hadn't.
Like I said, locked in my room. Now, she said that for now, that might be the safest place for me. Apparently, it was a bad scene out there.
So was the whole bad scene a cone between you and Elma that I could be trusted or something?
No, nothing like that. It's just how Emma talks about her little side gigs, if you catch my drift.
I'm physically incapable of catching drifts, but I can at least smile and nod as if I understand.
Yeah, that's enough of me. I figured when you said that you'd at least talk to Emma, and if she told you what was up, it's probably enough reason to come out and talk to you.
So it proved that she trusted me, so you could too?
Trust is a strong word. Let's go with considered you vaguely useful enough to actually loop you in on some info.
Hey, I'll take it. Anything else you can think about her involvement with the case? Anything she told you before or after? Anything you told her?
Mostly just told me to keep myself safe. She keep the caller safe in return.
Wait a minute. Back up. A little further. Just to the left. There. She's got the closet guy's collar?
Yeah, he was adamant that it was important and needed to be kept safe. So I brought it with me, and when I went to ask her for help. After he vanished, I gave it to her for safekeeping. I didn't want my wife to find it after all.
Well, we've got good news and bad news. Good news is you probably won't find it. Bad news is that I'm pretty sure Emma sold it to some lowlifes.
Actually, I asked about that when she called and mentioned the collars were worth money. I asked if she'd already sold the one she had, but she said she wanted enough dough so we could both skip town together in style. And apparently whoever was buying these collars would pay way more if she could offer a full set of them.
So you're saying she still has that first collar? Oh boy. It's all coming together in my head. In a pretty jumbled mess that I can't make head or tail of. I think I'm gonna have to talk to your sister. Do you know where she is?
I mean, if she's not here at the bar, she'd be at her apartment this time of day.
Can you give me the address? I never managed to charm her into inviting me back to her place.
How utterly unsurprising. Still, if she humored you enough to fill you in on her little collar con, I suppose I can humor you with her address. Go tell her I'm out, will you? Alright. Goodbye, Mr. G, and thank you for telling me all the secrets. So she has the other collar.
I should have known.
Uh-huh.
Should have known the minute that dame started looking sheepish.
God damn it.
Well, I mean, she always looks sheepish.
Yeah.
She's a sheep. But she's wrapped up in this case tighter than my belt after Christmas dinner.
Jesus.
Which would be pretty tight if I wore a belt.
Yeah.
I think it's time she gave me some real answers. Ideally spelled out in small words, with help maybe with puppets. I do love puppets.
I do love puppets. Puppets are pretty great.
Alright, Elma. The wool's out of the washer. Time you give me some clear, clean, organized answers.
Oh.
Is now a bad time?
It's always a bad time when you're involved, darling. It's almost adorable, to be honest. I feel like I gave them the same voice.
Elma, are you alright?
Perfectly fine, sweetie. Though I wish I could say the same for my apartment. How am I supposed to project aloof elegance like this?
What happened?
Not entirely sure. I was out on the town, found my place like this when I got back.
Let me guess. The gangs? Is this Mantis's calling card? Or is it one of his nefarious friends?
My word, look at you saying things that are actually halfway intelligent and on point for once.
Why, thank you. It's definitely a skill, not a lucky guess. Just like it was a skill, not luck, that I ended up meeting your half-brother.
Ah, right, that. You have been busy. How was Ed, by the way?
Out of his room and at the bar getting drunk. No thanks to his deadbeat sister, leaving him there to rot while she makes off with all the valuables.
That's not exactly what happened. I can explain.
Oh, thank you. I figured all this info out, but I have no idea what it even means, so I need someone to tell me.
That's the Al I know and benevolently tolerate. Here, come talk to me while I get things cleaned up a bit. I will come talk to you. I was already talking to you.
Oh, hey, I recognize this type of cabinet. I've got one just like it in my office.
Oh, really? How interesting.
Yeah, I use a secret compartment to hide my booze. You want something to drink while I'm here?
No, that's fine. I'm perfectly fine. No drinks, please. No, or anything else from the cabinet. Are you sure? That feels like where you put the collar, probably, then. Yeah. I don't want that. What's this door? That's to leave. I don't want to leave. Alright, let's talk to her. Suppose you got questions for me?
You could say that.
Oh my god. Do I want to start at the beginning? Let's start at the beginning.
Let's start at the basics. I'm good at them, well, middling. I want you to tell me how you got tied into this. Heard Mr. G's version, but I want to hear yours, see if it lines up. Also, I could use a refresher that was like 10 minutes ago.
Fine. It started about a month ago. I was minding my beeswax when I got a call from Ed from my brother. He was frantic. He begged to come around here and meet in private. When he got here, he explained he'd found some guy tied up in the cleaning cupboard. That the guy appeared through a hole in his roof and that his wife had trapped him.
Did you believe any of it?
I mean, I kinda wouldn't put past his wife. Real wolf in sheep's clothing, you know. But the rest seemed pretty far-fetched. Especially when you got to his place and the closet was empty. I figured he was pulling the wool over my eyes. God damn it, they're going for all the puns now.
What convinced me you that he was telling the truth?
Well, for starters, how terrified he was. My brother can't act to save his life. But mostly what convinced me was reading his wife's journal. It matched her handwriting and his story. That was when I freaked out and told Ed to lock himself in his room. I was worried his wife would do something bad, and I wanted him to be safe.
Why not ask him to come stay with you instead?
Wouldn't he be much safer here? I would love a count of animal puns in the script, yeah. Have you met my brother and seen how he cleans? My apartment would look worse than it does now. Besides, his wife would have been way more suspicious if he left like that.
Yeah, not like she was suspicious that her husband suddenly locked himself in his room for a month with no explanation. That's not suspicious at all.
Look, I panicked, okay? At least he was safe while I found a way to get us both out of town.
Speaking of safe, what about the collar? Did he give it to you for safekeeping?
Keeping? Yes, he did. He said that the guy in the closet said it was very important and that he'd begged Ed to keep it safe from his wife and her weird cult brunch group. Ed didn't know what was so important about it, but he felt he owed it to the guy, and I figured I'd humor him and help out by keeping it safe.
Let me guess. You said yes because you knew the gangs were looking for them and paying big money?
Wrong, as usual. The gangs hadn't said a word about the collars. This was the first I'd ever seen or heard of them. I took the collar and hid it just for my brother's sake. It was only later that it became clear how valuable it was. What happened after? So you told Mr. G to hold up?
So you told Mr. G to hold up in his room, took the collar with you. What happened next? I assume you had some...
I need to commit to the bit, you know?
Had some sort of plan?
I was gonna arrange for both of us to get out of town. Between my sister-in-law and her kooky cult family, I figured Ed wasn't safe here, and neither was I. But holy cud. Do you know how much bus tickets are out of the city cost? I swear the trolley companies are fleecing us blind.
Tell me about it. I tried to go on a trip once and a return ticket would have cost me both my kidneys. At least since you were going one way, it would only be one each.
Well, I like my kidneys where they are, thanks. Besides, that's just the crappy bus. And a lady like me has to travel in style. Plus, you know, we need money to set ourselves up wherever we move to. So we couldn't go anywhere until I scored some funds, and on a lounge singer's salary, you get why it took a while.
Let me guess, that's where the collar came in?
Sort of. Like I told you before, I I started hearing chatter in the underbelly about the gangs looking for the collars like the one I had. I put two and two together, realized they'd want mine too, and I did consider just selling it and getting clear, but then I realized they weren't just looking for one, but for as many as they could find.
So you got greedy. Had an idea.
Look, selling that collar would have gotten one of us as far as dog butt fill. Middle of dog butt. Like I said, highway robbery. Selling a set of collars. It set us both up for life. So yeah, I held on to that one my brother gave me and started looking for opportunities to grab a few more if I could. Figured I could collect a few, sell them all together for big bucks to the highest bidder.
Except that Mantis put a little fly in your ointment.
Darling, I don't use ointments. This is all natural glow. You lied to me.
Should've known your wool was dirty, Alma. You lied to me.
Firstly, that isn't a question. Secondly, when? All that stuff I told you about the gangs looking for the collars was the honest truth.
You didn't tell me that you had a brother.
You didn't exactly ask about my family tree, sweetie. You were too busy being smug about pineapple regret. Besides, why would I mention him? It's not like I had any reason to think he was relevant to your investigation.
You mean other than the fact that he found a hole in his apartment, like the one in my case, met someone with a collar like the one in my case?
Okay, maybe there was some reason to think he might be relevant.
My point is, you made it sound like you were only heard vague rumors from your contacts. You never mentioned you actually found a collar and learned what was going on.
And my point is, my brother was trapped in his apartment by that wolf of a wife and a cult of kidnappers. I wasn't about to put him at risk by sharing more info than I had to, particularly not in the middle of a public bar.
Still, not sure if I can trust you.
Darn, I'll try to contain my disappointment. You didn't really answer the early question properly.
Do you have any idea who broke in and did this?
My non-existent money's on Mantis and his croc tears. They were the ones who caught me with the collar. I wouldn't be surprised if they suspected I might have another. Not to mention, you know, someone happened to start asking me questions while one of his goons was staking me out. I got that guy to leave, though.
Really? Who was that? They might be relevant to the case. Oh, you mean me. Oops. But are you sure it was Mantis' gang? Could have been one of the others. Or maybe even the cult that Miss G's part of.
Other gangs might be possible. Gossip spreads on the seedy part of town. If they heard about me trying to steal from Mantis, maybe they thought I'd stolen from them too. As for the cult, maybe? I don't know much about it other than that diary. How would they know that I was involved or where I live?
Right. It's not like your sister-in-law is part of the cult or anything.
You know, every now and again you say something smart and I don't like it. Well, I may not know who's behind it, but I at least have a lead on finding the animal who actually broke in and tore up the place.
You? How?
Whoever was here got sloppy and left a hat behind. It's definitely not one of my hats or Ed's or his wife's. So all I have to do is go through the other couple million animals in town, figure out whose hat this is. Easy, right?
Interesting. Mind if I take a look at it? Might be able to identify it or find a way to track its owner.
I really doubt that, but knock yourself out. It's over there in the middle of the mess. Oh. How big is this town? It's huge. Gigantic.
So it started the gangs all hunting for these collars anyway. Let me guess. You wanted cash, told them about the one you found, and convinced them they'd be valuable.
Darling, you do well as a fiction writer. Except for, you know, the whole being unable to spell and string sentences together thing. No, I didn't tell a soul about the collar. Trust me, they started talking about collars perfectly fine without my help.
When did that start?
I'd say within about a week or so, when I went to my brother's place.
In other words, within a week of the cult removing the closet guy out of your brother's apartment? Think it's connected?
I kind of hope not. I don't like the idea of criminal organizations of this town working for a weird kidnapping cult. Anyway, they only said that the collars were incredibly valuable. Haven't got the foggiest why that would be. Even though we know.
Oh, I've got my thoughts on the why.
But they did also say they were only expecting a limited number to show up. And that they would pay a premium to get every single one.
So what about this cult your sister-in-law's hanging out with? You know anything about them?
Not really, no more than my brother did, I suppose. But clearly they're up to no good. Who sticks a guy in a closet for weeks, then takes him somewhere else?
Well, there was one time in school when one of the class clowns locked me in a closet for a week.
I don't believe it.
What, that I was stuck there for a week?
No, that you went to school.
I totally did. And the guy locked me in the closet. Well, okay, he didn't lock anything. I just didn't know how to open doors, so I sat there for a week.
See, that I do believe.
But as for this cult, any clue as to where they might have taken that guy in the closet?
Which part of I don't know anything didn't make sense to you? Probably wherever they're holding their meetings. Wherever that might be.
So if they can find their hideout, they can solve the mystery. Somehow, I guess. I don't know, it's as good an idea as any others I've had.
The sash she gives Al is amazing, it's so good. That's not a ringing endorsement.
So you've had one of those collars with you for a while, what do you know about them?
Next to nothing, really. Apparently the guy in the closet explained it to Ed, but Ed didn't understand a word of it. And neither did I when he tried to remember it. Apparently they've soaked in, what was it, precipitation? Participles? Particles? That's it, some kind of particles. But really it just looked like a really boring old collar. Boring, ordinary collar.
So you never figured out the little trick it can do?
What little trick?
Oh, nothing, just something that would have probably helped with your money and transportation woes.
What?
Anyway, I take it the gangs weren't forthcoming about why they wanted these things?
No. Only that there were a certain number, and they were looking to collect every single one. That's why I figured I should get as many as I could. I'd get a better price.
Ironic. And now you've got no collars at all.
First, that's not what irony is. Second, actually, yes, I do.
Wait, what? Wait, back up. Did you say you still have the collar?
Of course. I'm not just a lost little lamb, darling. I'm made sure to hide it where nobody else would ever find it.
Where?
You're not really understanding the point of a hiding spot, are you? It's to make sure nobody finds what's there. Telling you would defeat the purpose.
Well, I'm a nobody. Does that mean I find what's there?
I'm not telling you where I hid it. Good luck finding it. I know where it is. It's right there. I know exactly where it is. It's right there. She told me to check something earlier and...
No sign of his collar, but we're searching his thirsty work.
Yeah, I imagine it is.
Mind if I get a drink? Could use something strong.
Well, as you can see, there isn't any booze in the cabinet, so I can't really offer any.
Oh, but I imagine you got some in the secret compartment, right?
What secret compartment?
Oh, I have this exact same cabinet in my office. I keep my booze in the secret compartment. Secret compartment where I keep all the stuff that I don't want anyone to ever find. Anyway, let me grab that drink.
Wait,
Wait, this isn't booze. This is just that collar you're hiding.
Yeah, I thought you had already figured that out and we were just coming up with an excuse to get close and open it up.
Yes, that is exactly what I was definitely trying to do. Definitely wasn't just trying to find your secret booze stash.
Well, it doesn't matter. Yeah, I'm not letting you have that collar. Ed told me to keep it safe. And besides, it's mine. I earned whatever cash I sell it for.
Nice try, but I need it as part of the investigation. It could crack the case wide open.
I don't care about your investigation. I care about my brother, and I that money. So I'm not handing it over to you.
Let me put it this way. Whoever's behind this has already proven they're dangerous enough to absolutely wreck your place looking for whatever collars you have, right? If they think you still have any, the next time they might try to do worse to you. Maybe wreck your face or worse, your wool.
They wouldn't dare.
Between criminal gangs and kidnapping cults, I think you know they'd absolutely dare. And you know blood doesn't wash out of wool. But cat fur, totally washable. Everything licks clean off, baby. If I have the collar, I'm the one they'll try to kill.
Well, why didn't you say so? Take it.
Not gonna lie, I thought that was gonna be harder to convince you than that.
What can I say? You sweeten the pot a little. Besides, I can always grab it back off your corpse. I have experience with that. Just don't know how a stupid collar is supposed to help with the investigation.
Not quite sure either. Though I know one way one collar would be useful. What's that supposed to mean?
What's that supposed to mean?
Nothing. Don't worry about it. I just have to figure that out how it might help. But I'll keep this one safe in the meantime.
All right. Goodbye, Elma. Suppose you got. I don't have any questions. Actually, I haven't done. Goodbye, Elma.
Nah,
No, I shouldn't.
I shouldn't leave yet. There's something I'm still missing, besides my marbles.
Oh. The hat.
Elma's right.
Shameless pilfering behavior is concerning, yeah.
The thief did leave a hat. Not a particularly stylish one either. I call it the Cow Pat Special. Hang on. I've seen this hat before. I've seen someone wearing it. It's on the tip of my tongue. Almost got it.
It's the bird.
Wait a minute. It can't be.
J dislikes mustard and M dislikes mayo. J. No one will ever find him. It'll be a cold day in hell when Ed actually opens the room cupboard. Everyone's really excited about our visitor and agreed we should keep him at the mansion. Thank goodness Jay came along to help.
It's Jimmy. The thief. The one working with the cult. It's Jimmy. Should have known he was a stool pigeon. Or, well, the opposite, I guess. I should tell Elma who did this.
Suppose you got a question? Nah.
Elma, I recognize the hat. It's Jimmy's. He's working for the cult. He's Jay in Mrs. G's diary.
Jimmy? I don't know. Wait, you mean Jimmy at the newsstand? Huh, now that you mention he does always wear hats like these. Look at that little creep. You're gonna show him a bad scene.
You're not going to be impressed by my awesome detective work?
I think I'm too much in shock to really wrap my head around it, honestly.
How about this? You shouldn't go after Jimmy.
No, okay, we've looped back to stupid again. This is familiar territory.
What I mean is, he's our best link to the cult. The Journal said they're having another meeting soon, so it's guaranteed he'll have to go back and report how this break-in went, right? That's my chance to follow him back to wherever this cult meets, get the drop on them, hopefully save Closet Guy from their clutches, and solve the mystery of the collars and cats. Save the day.
This doesn't sound as much fun as punching him in the beak. Besides, how are you gonna follow him back to his cult lair?
Why, with my feline skills of tracking and stealth, surely. Okay, maybe a plan B might be a good idea. Maybe I could convince him to take me with him?
Ah, what are you gonna do? Try and trade my hard-won collar to him so he'll bring you along?
Oh, don't be absurd. I wouldn't use that collar to get to him. But wait, what if I used a different collar to get to him? Yeah, I've got it. I have a foolproof way to get myself out instantly to this cult place once Jimmy gets there.
You do? How?
I'm not telling. This time I'm gonna be the one with all the secrets. Doesn't that annoy you now the shoe's on the other paw?
Not particularly, darling. That would involve Karen, which I don't.
Well, fine then.
Anyway. My plan was perfect.
My plan is so good.
Get my collar on Jimmy somehow. Wait until he's left for the cult meeting, then use it to teleport to his location. Now all I have to do is figure out how to get the collar on him. But how to do it.
Hello? Hello, you there, Al?
Pat him on the back and tape it to him. No. Catapult it onto his neck.
Put it in the
No.
fucking hat. He's monologuing again, isn't he? God darn it.
Boy, coming up with brilliant plans is hungry
Oh my
work.
god.
I'm starving. I could use a sandwich. Wait, that's it.
Elma, can you use your kitchen? Need to make a sandwich, quickly.
You know, sometimes the way your brain works terrifies me, sweetie. You know what? Fine. Go ahead. Make me a sandwich while you're at it. The kitchen's right through there. Hopefully it won't be too messy. Sandwich time.
If there's one universal truth among animals, it's that everyone wants a sandwich when they're hungry.
Everyone wants a sandwich when they're hungry, for sure.
It's true for me, and that means it's true for everyone. Besides, Mrs. G's diary mentioned making sandwiches for a cult. So there's no way Jimmy's gonna turn down a sandwich. Not even one with a secret ingredient.
Oh my god.
The secret ingredient being my collar. All I have to do is wait for him to take the sandwich with him to the cult meeting and then teleport there and nab them in the act. But first, I have to make the sandwich. It has to be a sandwich tasty enough for Jimmy to take it with him, but not so tasty that he bites into it and gets a beak full of collar. And it's gotta be thick and sloppy enough to hide the collar. So, to start, let's go with...
Birdseed
What
loaf?
self-respecting pigeon is gonna turn down bread and birdseed? In fact, maybe I should put in an extra slice in the middle. You know, bread sandwich. Jimmy's gonna love it. Maybe a few extra slices just
Thick
to
and
be
sloppy.
sure.
Are we sure this isn't erotic? It's gonna be erotic to somebody.
Next, I'll add... A good sandwich always has tons of mustard. And by good sandwich, I mean sandwich that I like. Of course.
His eyes are so
G's
dead.
diary did mention that Jimmy disliked mustard. But he's a bad guy, and therefore wrong.
He's a bad guy, but therefore wrong.
So, tons of mustard. Now to add. Looks like this small, wilted cabbage is the only veggie Elma has in her fridge. I guess sheep go through their veggies pretty quick. Cabbage is basically the same as lettuce.
No, it's definitely not the same. Not the same at all. Not the same
I'll
taste.
just stuff whole leaves of it in.
Oh, God.
I'll put the whole head of cabbage in, just to be safe.
Oh,
It's
Lord.
small. It'll be fine. Now, next. Okay. Just have to smoosh my collar in the middle of all this bread and cabbage and mustard.
A cabbage and
I
mustard
guess
mustard
this would count
sandwich?
as adding collard greens.
We gotta turn off the game now. We have to turn off the game now. That was the worst.
Well, I thought it was funny.
Where's SJ when you need him?
Internal me. All right, the sandwich is all ready to go. Now I just have to get it to Jimmy. There's nothing else I have to do here.
Al, sweetie? Have you made an extra sandwich for me yet?
Okay, one thing I have to do. I think there's enough bread and mustard left.
Oh my God. Alright, I just gotta give her a sandwich, right?
I've left enough for Elma's next lunch. I'm sure a wilted cabbage leaf, a half slide of bread, and a dollop of mustard is enough.
That seems
right?
enough. Give Elma a sandwich. Got my sandwich in my... Alright, I got my sandwich in my plan to track down the cult. What about you? Will you be okay? Oh, you know me, darling. I'll be fine. This wool of mine washes clean. Maybe you should go check on your brother at the bar. If I don't take this weird maybe cult, maybe gang down, which you probably won't, you two should get somewhere safe. Alright, I'll go join him as soon as I'm done here. We may not have money to skip town, but we can at least hole up somewhere else in the meantime. And Al, can't believe I'm about to say this, but thanks for your help. You're welcome. That means I'm not gonna on cleanup duty here, right? Just go, okay? Just realize your cat voice is very close to your Call of Duty Chris voice. It's pretty close. Here, I made an extra sandwich for you, like you asked. This isn't a sandwich. It's like 3 slices of bread glued together with mustard. Sounds like a sandwich to me. Oh, does this lettuce? Wait, is this cabbage? Where'd you find all this stuff? Oh, it was all in that handy sandwich making kit on your countertop, the green bag. You realize that was my garbage, right? All my old out-of-date things? As opposed to all the very nice ingredients in my fridge? Did you even open my fridge? Nah, I can't say that I did. It's all good. I'm sure your leftover stuff will make for a great sandwich. I think this cabbage leaf has gained sentience. I gotta go. Alright, goodbye, Alma. I have a cult to kill.
Back to where it all started. To the bird who sold me that newspaper that got me onto this case to start with. I should have known. Can't trust anyone in this crazy town. Backstabbing, underhanded, criminal lowlifes. All of them. I'm the one bringing them all to justice, shining a light on whatever weird, criminal, culty ring has got its claws into this city. Just wish, you know, justice and truth paid a bit better.
That'd be great. Where the hell are you, Jimmy? You son of a bitch. What's over here, though?
No getting in. Market's closed and locked off till morning.
Sup, Jimmy? You got a hat? I can't remember what voice I gave Jimmy at all. Jimmy was so far in the beginning of the game that I just want to do the same voice, but I can't remember it. Oh, it's you again. Oh, what do you want, cat? So, I think it's the first time I've ever seen you with bare crested, Jimmy. Where's that hat of yours? Nah, beats me. Dropped it somewhere, I suppose. It's just that you look so much different without it. More sinister. Okay, ad's about to run, so we're gonna do a quick break, and we'll be right back. All right, you guys enjoy a little bit of an ad break and these clips, and I will be right back in about 3 minutes. Goodbye. Oh, I hit the wrong button. Oh, God, I hit the wrong...
Okay, this doesn't seem good for me. I'm out here, you know, attached to this. My entire life is hanging in the balance.
It's fine, I'm gonna get you back. I'm gonna get you back, you're fine.
Oh my God.
See, look, you're coming back.
It's just like gravity again. Oh shit, I'm Sandra Bullock.
Going down. Heading down some stairs, everything's fine, everything's cool, everything's fine, I'm doing fine. Having a great time. I've never had so much time exploring space. You know, I just love being alone in the dark, going into a dark tunnel inside the moon. Shit is everything that I want for. This is everything that I hoped for when I got this mission. I studied astrophysics and went to NASA, and I was like, oh yeah, send me to the moon. Sounds great. Neil Armstrong did it. Buzz Aldrin did it. Let's go. It's cool. I want to go golf on the moon. Talk about the eagle has landed. Do all that stuff. Now I'm just, you know, I'm on the moon by myself. My guy just like crashed into the moon's surface. Everything's fine. Huh? No, I cannot. What can I do? I can't. Whoa! Oh my God. I was not ready for that one. I was totally not ready for that one. Oh my God. Oh, I was such in a lull of like trying to figure out what to do next. And oh, that scared the shit out of me. Oh my God. Okay, here we go. I did. Oh, left analog stick. It's left, but that's okay. It was one of the clicks. You got it. Wow, how did I miss you that badly? Oh! I'm dead! Safety duck, gotta bring my safety duck. Oh! I don't like you. I don't prefer you.
Hold on. I think that I'm the one that got the most scared of the spider. That was not my most opposed.
I think I'm the only one who didn't like scream and freak out at the spider.
Yeah, what is wrong with you?
You had to go. I should have had somebody clip it off because I need to see me freaking out about the spider and then throwing the firebomb and lighting Shreddy on fire.
Yeah, I think you lit both of us on fire. Like you didn't hit.
Awesome. That desk is gonna be right there.
Oh God. I tried to float it and it hit something, so it didn't go.
Okay, I got this one.
Oh, this one's perfect. Okay, where do you want it? Wait, they might come in the other door.
I'll put it by the other door. This one over here.
Let me move this desk out of the way.
Actually, this is working.
I thought you were in that Midnight Ghost Hunt one. Were you not? Did you not play Midnight Ghost Hunt with us? I could have sworn. Yeah, I was pretty sure you were in that one. Ange, trying to say you were not in the clips. Alright, we gotta try to finish this game. And of course I cut out of it. I don't even remember what happened at the end of that one. I think I got chased. More sinister. Suspicious. Oh, well, what a great memory for you, Angie. Well, better than me a cat and looking sinister and suspicious all the time. Anyway, you didn't answer the question. What do you want? I want you to confess that you're hungry. You've been here for hours. Surely you've got to be peckish. I get it. Because you're a bird and... I can't decide if I hate cats or I just hate you. Oh, is that any way about talk about someone who's made you a sandwich? I figure you can take it and have it on your break. Wherever that might be happening. You made me a sandwich? Why? Actually, I'm doing it as a favor to a friend of yours, Mrs. G. You are? Yeah, she hired me to investigate her husband. But in the process, I messed up her kitchen, so that's the ticket. She was upset because apparently she was supposed to be bringing sandwiches to some sort of social function you and her were going to be at. So she asked you to make replacement sandwiches? No, sorry, replacement sandwich singular? Actually, it was my idea to make up for messing up her kitchen. But I ran out of time, so here's one sandwich at least. So what kind of sandwich is it anyway? See this bread? Birdseed loaf. You like birdseed, right? Sure, but not enough to make a whole sandwich out of. Wait, is that 3 slices? I knew you'd like it. I sincerely hope you didn't just make a sandwich out of 3 slices of bread. There's something else in there, right? Oh, most definitely. Something you can really sink your beak into. Anyway, I'm sure it'll be a nice meal for later. Like later during your break. Not now. And maybe not before you get to where you're going for your break. Which is home, I'm sure. It could be somewhere else fun, I'm sure. Oh, you also might not want to bite your beak down on it too hard. Some of the fillings are a bit on the tough side. Whatever. I'll take the sandwich if it'll shut you up. Oh, great. Here you go. All wrapped up in a nice little paper bag. Ready for you to have later. What are you standing around for? Waiting to watch me eat it? No, just waiting for a nice thank you for my thoughtfulness and willingness to bury the hatchet. You're gonna be waiting a long time. Now go wait somewhere else. I gotta clear up before I head off on my break.
All the pieces are in motion.
Does this take place in Chicago? New York? Somewhere that has a weird accent. I just assume that it would be a New York type place.
The moment when the facts come to light and the case solves itself. The moment when I'm finally able to figure out what the heck is going on. Sometimes, partly, bits and pieces. If that, Jimmy's got the sandwich with the collar inside it. By now, he'll be on his way to the cult meeting, if he isn't there already. Planning ritual kidnappings and home break-ins is hungry work. Obviously, he'll want to bring a tasty and filling sandwich to their hideout to munch on. Meaning I can teleport there via the collar inside. And once I'm there, all I have to do is bring the entire cult to justice. Expose their ties to the criminal underworld. Save the closet guy.
That's a lot of things on the list.
Justice for that.
A lot of things on the list, babe.
Kitty. I have no idea how I'll do all that, but I'm sure I'll figure it out as I go along.
Yeah, I'm sure you will. Sure you will. You're super good at improv. Really good at improv. What's up, Owl? Okay. You still doesn't want to talk to me. Yeah, you got all that on the list, Hobie? I think we can do it.
All right. Jimmy should be wherever he is, wherever that may be. I've got no clue where this'll teleport me to. I flip this switch, and there might be no coming back. Not without a long long walk. Let's
go.
Before Jimmy gets too peckish and starts tearing into that sandwich.
Let's do it. Maybe I should go talk to Betty first. Oh. I think I'm ready, though. Loading forest? The hell?
Whoa. What is this place? What is that stuff on the trees? Why are they green all of a sudden? And how do I even know what green is?
Oh, we got color
Well,
now.
If it's in color, this place has to be important, right?
I was wondering why it looked weird.
This must be the cult hideout. Seeing as Jimmy definitely would have taken such a nice sandwich all the way to HQ for their little meeting. He definitely wouldn't have thrown the sandwich away out the window of his car like it was garbage. What the heck? How could he toss my pomade sandwich like that?
Pomade.
I spent minutes slaving away to make that. I'm gonna make him pay. Besides, throwing things out of a moving vehicle, that's litter. I can excuse cult rituals and kidnapping, but litter is where I draw the line.
Yeah, litter is where you draw the
Keep it
line.
Safe. It seems to end up in the garbage otherwise. Now to find where Jimmy went. I'd better be careful. This is cult territory after all. The whole forest could be crawling with cultists. Anyone I bump into is likely to be working for the cult. I'd better keep my cat's eye peeled.
Did I get the collar back? I did get the collar back. Oh, flashlight now? I mean, at least it's within the gate of whatever this is. Oh, well, look at those guys. Hi! Oh, it's the wolf and the
I knew it. Cultists. There's no other explanation as to why anyone would be out here. Except for, you know, all the perfectly good explanations as to why someone might be out here. But what are the chances they'd have a good explanation?
What the?
Open wide, sweetie. I made your favorite grass salad. Oh boy. No. I'm so glad you finally decided to come out here and get some fresh air. I've been so worried about you. She has incredible lipstick that we did not see in black and white. Oh, it was one of those things, you know? Oh, but I'm here now. Could you pass more grass salad?
What the hell are you doing? Isn't your wife with the cult? Isn't the whole point of hiding in your room stay away from her?
Oh, yeah, that's all true. I was gonna stay away, but, you know, after some time away, I found myself having second thoughts. New perspective, I suppose.
What kind of perspective makes it seem like going back to a cultist kidnapper is a good idea?
The perspective that if I leave her, I gotta do my own cleaning and stuff. Frankly, I'd rather take my chances with her.
Kidnapper, cultist?
Yeah, but at least she knows her way around the cleaning cupboard.
Because she trapped a guy in it?
Oh, yeah. I know I was making a big deal about that, but on the other hand, I don't want to have to make my own bed, so it balances out. You are the worst person. Mr. Wilde, my husband came out of his room at last. Isn't it exciting?
Sure is something. So should I invoice you for my services, seeing as you hired me to help with that whole thing?
No, I hired you to find out why he was in the room, and you never did find that out. He told me himself that he just had bad gas and felt grumpy. He came out on his own, too. So it seems, Detective, you didn't really do anything to earn your pay, so I don't see why I should pay you a cent.
That was the moment I knew she was pure evil. Kidnapping and joining a dark cult is one thing, but stiffing me on my bill,
Unforgivable.
unforgivable.
Unforgivable, for sure. So what are you doing out here so late at night, Detective?
Oh, practicing my monologue. Quiet night in the woods, perfect place, doesn't bother anybody. How about you? What could you possibly be in these woods for, Mrs. G?
I figured my poor husband could use some fresh air, though. It's a lovely evening, too. I bet you and us are not the only ones enjoying the night.
Oh, I'll bet there are all sorts of folks out here. I'll bet you're eager to meet up with some of them.
Why not? I'm not a lone wolf. I like socializing in good company. And you and my husband are, well, your company, I suppose.
Right, well, I hope you find some of your friends out here. Who knows, maybe I'll bump into you all.
Don't be offended, but I hope not. And alone again he was. Jesus Christ. Alright, so do I walk down here? Or do I walk along this area? Is there anyone out there? Oh, there's somebody up there. Oh, hey.
First one suspicious encounter, then another. That can't be a coincidence, right? Please tell me I'm right. Okay. The previous suspect might have claimed a good reason for being out here, but surely this one will spill the beans.
Stop. This is private party, cat. You are not allowed.
What? Who has a private party in the middle of the woods?
We do, you obnoxious mule's butt. I'm hosting a private party drinking as appreciation for my staff's hard work. Figured we wouldn't get interrupted by annoying customers. Clearly I was wrong.
Well, I'm a customer, but not annoying, so aren't you so lucky? Mind if I stick around a bit?
No.
Cool, thanks so much.
That is not what I... Oh, let him be, Sergey. Besides, what are you gonna do? Stand menacingly in his path? You realize he can go around you here.
Oh, yes, so I can.
What is Elma doing here?
Elma, what are you doing here? You know this is where the cult's planning to meet, right?
Yeah, I know, but I couldn't turn down the invite to the party. I really needed a drink bad. Why do you need a drink so bad? Take your pick. My apartment got completely ransacked. I had to hand the collar I'd been saving for my future over to the dumbest mammal in the universe.
Wait, I'm the one you handed the collar to.
And if that weren't bad enough, after all that stuff about the cult and the guy in the closet and everything, my brother went back to his wife.
Yeah, I saw him and Mrs. G just a little while ago. That was certainly a choice that was made.
After all I did to keep him safe from the cult to try and get us out of town. But no, God forbid he has to learn how to wash his own wool for once. So here I am. Getting drunk in the forest on cheap booze with a bunch of bar workers. If the cult wants to interrupt our little company retreat, then good luck. This is a private party.
You realize I was able to crash this private party in 10 seconds, right?
Guess you're right. If you can make it past Sergey, literally anyone could.
Just be careful and keep your eyes peeled. It's not safe out here. We know there are cultists coming together to meet. Almost anyone could be one. So don't trust anyone. Not your boss, not Sergey, not your brother. Not even me.
Aw, don't worry, sweetheart. I'd never trust you anyway.
Private party for the bar staff, huh? Gotta say, that seems a little convenient.
You kidding? You know how much of a pain in the rump it was to carry all this booze out here?
Yeah, I just meant deciding to have it in these woods on this night in particular. It's very interesting.
So what if I'd had it in a different part of the woods on a different day? Would it have been boring?
I guess I just don't understand why'd you come all this way to drink and party.
Mostly so you wouldn't show up. But I guess that fell through, so...
You're sure it's not because of some other private party out here you're catering?
Oh, First, bartenders don't cater. That's food, not drink. And second, if I told you, it wouldn't be much of a private party, wouldn't it?
Then how am I supposed to know about it?
See, this kind of crap is the reason you're my least favorite customer.
Bear? So, can you give me the inside scoop on this whole party in the woods thing?
It is party. In the woods. And you are not welcome.
Man, I knew that, but that's the same everywhere, really.
Perhaps you should take notes and leave things alone.
Nah.
What the fuck is going on? That was them. Alright. Where else are people? There's people down there. Is there people over... Something all the way over here. I mean, there's dots everywhere, so... I guess I'll go over the way over here real quick. There's so many people.
More animals. Since when did animals live in forests like this? Okay. This time it's gotta be a cultist confession, right? What are the chances that a third suspect has a legitimate reason to be out here?
What the?
Ah, no, not here. See anything, Rudy? I'm not looking for you, Jimmy. What is it? I have to remember the voice.
You lost your hat? You go find it.
I mean, I might have dropped it out here when I was hiking. But I guess there are, other places I could have dropped it.
Not my problem. All I know is you better find that hat or it's your job. Whoever heard of a newspaper busker without a jaunty hat?
Ah, great. Now the cat's here, too. What do you want?
I want you to confess your diabolical crime. That you threw away that lovely sandwich I made for you. How could you? How could you? You didn't even take it with you.
Oh, please. Look, from what I can see, the sandwich was literally 2 slices of stale bread with some wilted greens. And mustard. I hate mustard.
Yeah, but it's the thought of it. Wait, did you say that was what you could see? As in you didn't even try a bite of it?
No comment. Also, how did you know I threw away the sandwich? Matter of fact, how come you're out here in the first place?
No comment. Well, hope you don't end up feeling peckish when you get to wherever it is you're going, if you're going anywhere.
Anywhere that's away from you, cat.
Rudy, hi, what are you doing out here?
Hiking and, what is it?
Sure. Hiking and getting some peace and quiet, that's what. And making sure Jimmy finds his damn hat.
Have a good night, Eric. Thanks so much.
Which, gotta say, is kind of cutting into my peace and quiet time. Rudy, trust me on this. Jimmy's not as nice as you think. He's actually kind of sketchy. That's Rich. You're telling a bookie that his guy is sketchy? Like I'm not up to my antlers in sketch. I'm basically taking sketch classes. But you know what's really sketchy? Guys who don't pay their debts, but still have time to go on nature walks instead of making money. That seems oddly specific. Who are you talking about? Why am I not surprised you forgot you owe me money? Oh, right. I'm working on it. I've almost solved this case. Once a cab, I can pay back. Somehow. Not quite sure how, but...
Cat, stop talking. Just give me my money, or I might have some friends have to pay you a visit.
Are these friends sort of friendly neighborhood decapping variety, or are they the sort that hides in the woods and practices weird sacrifices? Wouldn't you like to know?
Okay, goodbye. I gotta talk to all these guys. There's so much talking. Alright, there's somebody over here. Somebody over there. Let's talk to this guy first. There's so many. Oh, these
Call
guys.
me a crazy cat, but I'm beginning to see the tiniest inklings of a pattern here.
Alright, everyone. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming for our first Back to Nature book club meeting. Tonight we'll be discussing the beloved classic of Mice and More Mice. Ah, a visitor. Fill up a seat. Don't tell anyone about it. I haven't read the book we were talking about today.
Ah, I knew it. Confession of guilt. What's your real reason for coming then, if not to take part in this so-called book club?
I just asked my husband what it was about so I could answer questions and sound smart. Why else would you come to a book club?
Hello again. Would you like to join us for a book club? No, I'd like to know the real reason you're all out here.
Oh, we find there's nothing quite like reading books out of doors in the middle of nature. Fresh air, lovely ambiance.
Getting bitten by mosquitoes? Yeah, I don't buy it. What's your real secret agenda for being out here?
I mean, I suppose if we finish the book early, my real secret agenda might have room for kicking off our reading Snakes and Sensibility.
Oh, are you here to join our first Back to Nature book club? Isn't it a marvelous idea? Not really. Sounds like sort of weird cover story a bunch of cultists would come up with.
Oh, that's actually the next book we're reading, I think. Lord of the Butterflies. I can't wait. You guys. There's a book club in the forest, huh? Shit. Now where do I go? This way? Oh, there's dots over here. God, there's so many people to meet. Oh,
What the? Is the entire city out here today? Is it National Take Your Suspicious Butt to Your Local Forest Day?
It is.
Because if so, I'm sorry I missed it. I thought I had it on my calendar. It's my favorite stat holiday, after all.
Alright, boys, come to order. This session of the Crocodile Tears AGM is now in session. Oh, first, any new business? I was wondering about instituting Casuals Tuesdays. I can't remember what Mantis's voice is like. As if I don't already know. No, you again. Do you mind? We're in the middle of our annual general meeting. I don't have time for distractions. I'm here on business.
I'll just bet you are. So, is that it?
What do you mean?
I stole your collar, remember? A collar that I gather your gangs have been trying to collect? Are you gonna try and fight me for it? Steal it from me? Chase me down?
Not in the middle of our AGM. That'd be disruptive, Dig. I'll hand you afterwards, wise guy.
Okay, how long will that take?
Well, we got a lot of admin to cover, so maybe 2 hours? 1 if we're lucky.
I guess I'll start worrying around then.
Hey, you again. You told me I had to leave the bar and deal with some trouble other gangs were stirring up.
Yeah, about that.
Turns out you were right. You did us a solid, Cat.
Oh, that's good to know. Always have to help. Definitely not doing it just to get you out of the bar so I could talk to the sheep you were tailing. So are those other gangs out here in the woods tonight, or just you? Just getting a sense of who's working overtime, you get what I mean? Nah, I don't really get what you mean. But I suppose it's possible they're having their AGMs too. It is that time of year. Jesus. Oh, I know you, don't I? You're that damn cat that's scarpered with our collar. Uh-oh. You know, now you'd like to call her back, I take it?
Honestly, it doesn't bother me either way. I still get paid the same.
Thought the collars were worth a lot to the right buyer.
You think that money goes to us instead of our boss? Yeah, right.
So, don't suppose you can tell me what you're in this forest for? Nefarious reasons?
I mean, I gotta consider an AGM pretty nefarious.
I mean, are you up to something illegal, shall we say?
Cat, we're gangsters. Everything we do is illegal. I did something illegal just by waking up and having my coffee.
Look, just tell me if you're in league with a bunch of dangerous kooks and call it a day.
You calling the Crocodile Tears a bunch of dangerous kooks? I mean, it's accurate, but...
Oh, never mind.
I fucking love this. I love that nothing's really turning out. It actually makes me laugh quite a bit that nothing is really...
I don't know what's weirder. How crowded the forest is getting. How everyone I know is out here picking berries or whatever. Or how somehow none of them have caved under my keen observation and skilled interrogation and immediately confessed to being a cultist. I've tried nothing, and I'm all out of ideas.
Tried nothing and I'm all out.
Francis, what are you doing out here?
Working on my interpretive dance moves and trying not to be interrupted by annoying cats who show up in the middle of nowhere.
Why are you in the middle of nowhere? Couldn't you do this in a dance studio?
I'm connecting to nature, obviously. What's so weird about that?
Well, other than the fact you happen to be out here at the same time as a bunch of cultists bent on nefarious ends. Nothing weird at all.
Excuse me, are you accusing me of something?
Accusing, no. More like throwing something out there in a vague hope that you'll break down and confess your real reason for being out here.
I'm pretty sure that counts as accusing. Either that or... Wait, okay, Scram Cat, I gotta practice. You've just given me the perfect idea for my next interpretive dance routine. The throw something out there in vague hope you'll break down and confess dance.
Glad to help.
Jesus. Jiminy Christmas. Hey, go that way. Where's the next dot? Over there? Oh. I'm glad they gave us the dots, because otherwise I would never be able to find anyone out here.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
Ow! Didn't expect to run into you out here.
Likewise, what are you doing out here?
Truffle hunting. It's something the kids and I do together. Gets us out in the great outdoors, gives us a chance to all bond as a family, you know.
Actually, I don't know. In fact, I find it very interesting that you've never mentioned this little hobby before today. The day when certain parties are looking for excuses to be in this neck of the woods. Certain parties? Where? My kid loves parties. Also, I'm sure I would have told you about this little tradition of ours any time you asked about what me and the kids have been up to. I don't think I've ever asked about that, so yeah.
Jesus Christ. Oh, hey, a waterfall. That's at least looks nice. Where the fuck is the other... Oh, there's a house up there. Ooh. Fancy. Did I talk to everybody? Oh, hey, what are you guys doing?
Let me guess. This bunch also has an incredibly convenient excuse for being out here.
All right, everyone. Thanks for coming to the annual police department picnic. Thanks to Betty for putting all this together. Yes, definitely good use of my time, as opposed to actually solving a crime. So if you pass by her desk, give her a polite nod in recognition of her service. This picnic is about celebrating very hard work of our department does. We're supposed to be working? And that's why today is all about us, the police. Not party crashers who think they can do our job better than we can. Think they can just sneak up and eavesdrop. He's talking about you, Al.
Oh, right.
I'm looking forward to this picnic. I could use some fun social downtime after working so hard.
Yeah, I saw how hard you were working at the archives. So hard.
Look, I was awake and capable of conversation. I consider that a pretty damn productive day myself. Besides, it's hard work having the memory of an elephant. It takes a lot of mental diligence to never forget.
I guess that makes sense.
Also, who are you again?
Chief, what are you doing in the forest?
Which part of department picnic that you're not invited to did you not pick up on?
Sir, I think I've got a lead that'll crack this whole dead cat case wide open.
Are you still on about that? The case is closed, Wilde. No case, no reward, no nothing. And no reason for you to be skulking around. Certainly not on a day where we were enjoying ourselves in the woods, completely innocently, without a suspicious possibility in the world.
Psst, Betty, what are you all doing here?
Do you need those furry ears of yours cleaned? Department picnic, like I said.
Now is not a good time. I don't have time to explain, but these woods are swarming with insane cultists.
So far, I've only seen you. So that covers the insane part.
Betty, for once in my 9 lives, I'm being serious. Something's going on in this forest to do with whoever's behind that cat case.
Well then, I guess it's a good thing the chief insisted we have our picnic today in these woods.
Why, because there's even more cover for cultists being out here now?
No, because it means I'm around to keep an ear out. And it sounds like you need all the help you can get.
Thanks, really. I mean it.
Ugh, this is too close to being a moment. Go on, keep looking around. Oh, you're the cat. You're the cat. I can't remember what voice I gave me. You're the cat who was getting fur in the twist about the scene at the warehouse.
You mean that scene where a cat that looked exactly like me, except for the size, shape, and swanky outfit, ended up dead?
Yeah, that scene. You don't know why you're so bothered, frankly. Okay, well. Police were no help. As per usual. There's a house over here, though. Is there something I can go to? This looks like a mansion.
Looks like a cabin. Exactly the kind of remote secret location a cult needs for all its dark rituals. Who knows what sort of diabolical scene I'll be walking in on.
Yeah, who knows?
Okay, significantly less diabolical than I expected. But hang on. What is a cabin this nice doing out here? I thought the whole point of a cabin was to go back to nature, not whatever this is. Either someone's missed the point, possibly me, or something's up with this place. I'd better look around. Whoa, these wall lamps are really shoddily made. They just fold over the second you touch them. Either that, or they're hidden levers. But what are the chances a secret cult would be into that sort of thing?
He's
right?
so dumb. He's so incredibly
I
dumb.
wonder if there are any others.
Oh, 45 seconds. Holy shit. Oh, there's one over there. There. Oh my god, I did it.
Open sesame.
I did it fast as hell. Fastest cat in the universe. Enter.
Wait. Open sesame. Sesame, would you please open? Oof. No way I'll make it from the switch to the other side of the door. Not without getting squished. Maybe I could brace the door open with something. I don't know. Eesh. This culture doesn't go much for convenience, does it?
Oh, a wood.
Ah, perfect. That should be sturdy enough to wedge the door open.
Okay, so now I gotta do this again. Pull that one. Let's pull this one. Then we'll pull. Oh my god. Got stuck on something. This one. Perfect. Wedge with wood. Put wood.
Woo. Hope that'll hold. Guess it just needs to for another few seconds.
Oh. Okay. Now we're down here. Maybe we should have told our cop friends this before we came down here.
Oh, hey. That's handy. A map of the evil kidnapping cult's lair.
Elephant, bird, cat.
See, there it is. Lair in big letters. Even have it underlined. How thoughtful. I guess that must be where the cultists gather. Let's not be there for the moment. What else is there?
Lab and
Oh,
C.
hey, it looks like we're close to all the animal cemeteries in the area. That's not creepy in the slightest. The elephant graveyard is near here. Huh. Hope they've got big holes and big shovels to dig them.
Yeah, I would hope so.
Budgie burial grounds. For all the budgies and birds of a feather. I mistook it for an all-you-can-eat buffet. And of course, kitty for the dead. I'll be there one day. Not today, I hope. It seems this tunnel system links up with all the cemeteries around here, with different ways to get to each. I'm sure that's not in any way, shape, or form going to be important information.
I feel like I'm gonna have
remember.
to take a picture of this. Elephant, bird, cat. Okay, I'm gonna take a picture because otherwise I'm never gonna remember that.
Maybe I should explore for myself a little. Worst case, I can always check the map if I forget anything in 2 minutes or so.
Alright, so go over here. This is the lab. Oh.
Whoa. What is this place? What is all this stuff? Whatever it is, it's stuff I don't know anything about. Maybe I should go find something I do know about.
You are so incredibly dumb. So incredibly dumb that it's just like a wonder that this is a thing. This is like, what the fuck? Okay, it's fine. It's fine. You know what? Not gonna worry too much about it. Straight and up. Okay. Go right here. There's nothing. But up here is whatever C is.
Oh, they got a cell down here too.
This is a guy?
Cozy. Everything a cult HQ needs for nefarious shenanigans.
Bertie.
Hello? Who is there?
You first. Who's there?
Hello.
Albert?
How do you know my name?
Yes, so
Mein Gott, you've grown, Albert. And you started walking around on two paws. And wearing clothes and talking. Wait, you're not my Albert, are you? You're the Albert of this universe, of course. It makes sense.
Actually, no, nothing is making sense right now. Let's start with something I can make sense of. Who are you?
My name is Erwin Schrödinger. I'm a physicist specializing in quantum theory. So he just fucking accidentally came to the universe. And these are my cats, Niels, Werner, and Max.
Wait, that's not passable. You're on some sort of lecture trip abroad, I think. Also, I'm fairly certain you're not weirdly pink and furless.
That must be my counterpart from this universe, I imagine. If there are multiple Alberts, it stands to reason there are multiple Schrödingers.
Wait, that's right. That was the name Mr. G mentioned. You were the one trapped in the closet, weren't you?
Yes, that was me. His wife trapped me there after I arrived in your world. Mr. G found me and went for help, but his wife returned before he did. She and her cultist friends brought me here, and I've been stuck here ever since, save for when they forced me to work in the lab.
Lab? Our world? Hang on, what are you talking about?
I'm not from your world. It's complicated to explain. I tried to tell Mr. G, but I don't think he quite understood.
Well, if he didn't understand it, then I'm in deep cow pads. Just try explaining it like I'm 5 years old, because, well, I am 5 years old. Let's start with... What do you mean by our world? Your world? Whatever.
Ah, you see, in quantum theory, there's the idea of the multiverse. Multiple universes existing simultaneously parallel to each other. At every event point, a diversion can occur, creating a new universe. A multiverse is quantum superposition with infinitely increasing divergent quantum worlds.
I was with you all the way up to, you see.
Ah, right. Well, the simple version is that there are infinite worlds and dimensions out there, each springing up out of a different choice or outcome. To say you chose to have butter on your toast before breakfast this morning instead of jam. That means that parallel to this world, there's a world where instead you chose jam, and the rest of the day played out accordingly.
Joke's on you, I had both butter and jam on my toast this morning.
The point is that for every potential outcome in all of history, there is a world for it. And then worlds for outcomes within outcomes diverging further and further. Thus, some worlds would be identical to the one you know, while others would be very different. To the point where some have animals that don't speak or wear clothes or stand like humans.
What are humans?
The point exactly. Your world doesn't have them, due to some earlier difference in history. And yet, I am one myself. Both worlds have Schrödingers, and it seems Alberts. They're very different animals. Literally in some cases. Anyway, anything else I can explain?
Said the cult had you working in the lab. What does that mean?
When I first arrived, I told that she-wolf what had happened and where I came from. I thought she could help, but instead she told her cult and they got an idea. They thought they could use me and my work to achieve their evil ends. They locked me in here and made me work on their little project.
How's that been going?
Bad for them. None of them knew anything about quantum physics and engineering, so they just threw me in and threatened me to work. At first I refused. What was my life to stopping them anyway? But then they brought Niels and Max, and I couldn't put them at risk.
Weird looking cats. They threatened them.
Yes, unless I designed them something that helped them. But even then they didn't know what I was doing, so I was able to work on something to help me escape. More fooled me. But they tired of my delays and excuses and locked me up for good. First, I realized that it was just their backup plan.
Backup for what? Rainy day?
No, for finding all of my cats and collecting their collars too. Mein Gott, the collars! Tell me, are they safe? I know the cult recovered 3 of those kitties here, but what of mine? And my Alberts? How'd you get here? How'd you get in this cell anyway? Scratch that. How'd you get in Miss G's closet to start with? Well, I was conducting some experiments involving atomic disruption and translocation involving wave functions of... On second thought, considering no one else seemed to understand what I was testing, I tried to keep it basic. Suffice to say, I was working on an experimental machine that required a test subject. Considering I'd already done some major thought experiments with cats, I figured it was only fitting to use one again.
Did the cat agree?
In our world, cats barely agree to anything. But my Albert, I eventually got in the box and activated the machine. But when I opened the box, Albert was gone, along with his collar. I had no idea where he'd gone or what happened to him.
So you stopped the experiments in his tracks so you could find my counterpart, right?
No, in science you must repeat experiments to ensure the results are accurate. So I did it again with Max, Werner, and Niels. By the time I realized what had happened, that the callers had supercharged the machine to cause multiversal teleportation. All of them had vanished. I was very worried. So I attempted to follow them. You got in the multi-vagal teleprompter box? Yes, yes, as long as you beat the caller to ensure the same traversal would occur. And it did, albeit with some complications. One such complication was appearing in a certain department along with the large implosion that took out a wall. The holes that kept coming up were you and your cats teleporting in? That's right. And in my case, it certainly caught the attention of an animal living there, Mrs. G. She acted concerned, asked me what I was doing there, but after I told her everything, he offered me some rather potent tea and put me to sleep. It sounds like you know the rest. Don't worry, the collars are safe. Well, 2 of them are. Thank goodness. I'm glad my friend Mr. G was able to take them somewhere safe. Yeah, I've got both of them on me in my pocket. You what? You stupid cat, why would you bring them here? Don't you know they're what the cult is looking for? I don't understand why they're so important, other than, you know, the whole I can teleport places things. The experiment that sent the cats here supercharged their collars with... Wait, do you want simple or accurate? Oh, simple, 100% of the time. But the collars are charged with energy that when they transported to this world. Thus, the power to be in 2 places at once, like a teleporter, as you apparently found. If all 5 were in the same place, they have enough to combine energy to do that for places between worlds. Or to rip open the space-time fabric between them. Still not simple enough. Is that good or bad? Oh, very bad. It's one thing for a human or cat to come from one world to another, but an entire universe? Even I couldn't guess what might happen. One world crowding out another, both worlds emerged by force, both worlds blinking out of existence. Okay, yeah, that last one seems like something I should be avoided for sure. Indeed, which is why I gave my collar to Mr. G to keep it away from the cult. Not to bring it straight to them, dumb cough. So what's the deal with these cats? For starters, they look different, small, naked. That's natural for our world. In our world, cats are small, adorable pets that live around humans as companions. What? Impossible. Surely with our intellect and manipulation skills, we'd be running the show and forcing the other species to do our bidding. That's, well, you're not entirely wrong there. Well, good. The very idea of us being pets, we'd never have masters. We'd have staff. At that rate, these 3, well, 4 with my Albert have been a big help in my work. Keeping me company in the lab and so on. That was how I got the idea to try my new machine on them. See how it worked. Never thought it would react to their collars and send them here. Okay, ignoring the shrieking, kissing, clawing ethics of the whole situation. Wait, you teleported them here ahead of you? And why did you arrive a month before they started showing up and get kidnapped by gangs? Time moves differently between universes. What happened first can end up happening last, so it was with my cats and myself. I sent my Albert through first, then Werner, Max, Niels, then tried it myself. I arrived first, then Niels, Max, Werner, found in that order. Lily's first cat, Albert. Thought I heard something about him coming through, but they haven't brought him back. You know what's happened to him? Oh boy. So about your Albert. You know what happened to him? Well, the good news is your food bills are going to go down by, about a 5th. Oh, 9. Albert eats a ton. Amazing he can put away that much in such a little... Wait, what are you saying? Ah, he's dead, isn't he? My poor little Albert. What happened to him? His body was found at a warehouse downtown. No signs of foul play. Or foul play, for that matter. There's a big hole in the roof above him. No one knew who or what he was or what killed him. That was actually how I got involved in the case to begin with, to earn the reward. Get to the bottom of things. Plus, you know, he looked a little like me. The hole was in the roof, you say? Wonder if the fall killed him. That might have not have had time to land on his feet. Or, maybe the whole thing was just too much strain and trauma, poor boy. He was getting on in years, didn't have the best heart. Yet you used him for your big weird experiment? Well, that was mostly because he curled up inside the machine and refused to budge when I tried to get it started, so I went along with it. I gave up arguing with Albert years ago. Sounds like he didn't have the best heart or the best brain. No, that was my Albert for you. Fluffy, lovable, charming, and profoundly stupid. Why are you smirking wistfully at me like that? No, I'm just musing on the fates that led my Albert to his death, but brought another Albert here to help. Let's just hope you're a little smarter than the Albert from my world.
So what is the cult's goal at any rate? They must think you can help them somehow. How about this is the goal of any cult? The fanaticism or fantasy, specifically fulfilling their own fantasies and desires. I brought you here to do that. Did they arrange the whole thing with you? Cats teleporting here? No! You don't think they're that smart. My arriving here was an accident. All they did was jump on the chance to capitalize on it once they realized I could help them. But help them do what? What do they want? They would not tell me, other than claiming that reaching other worlds would help them become everything they were supposed to be. Could they not have just joined the army or something? At any rate, that's why we've been collecting all the collars. Bringing them together should allow them to rip apart the fabric of reality and reach other worlds. But in the meantime, I've been working on a little backup project that might get them there as well. Little did they know, it might get me out of here. Okay, never mind all this deep theoretical physics mumbo jumbo. How do we get you out? I'll just keep the key on them at all times. Oh, goody, I get to be a cat burglar. Funny story, as a kid, I thought it was cat bugler. So I pestered my parents for cat bugler. So I pestered my parents for bugle. And I have an easier idea. A backup project they made me to work on. It's actually a little miniature teleporter. A small version of my original device. In theory, it could teleport to use to the same spot in another world. Hence why the cult ordered me to work on it. Why not use it to get away from here? Any world's gotta be better than this one, even if they do have a smaller, dumber kitties. Well, one is not finished yet. Two, I've been deliberately sabotaging and modifying it for more local teleportation. Say teleporting me out of my cell. Three, most importantly, it needs to be charged first. More specifically, charged with quantum particles that vibrate between realities. You mean like the charged particles that are in those collars? Exactly. Since you were stupid enough to bring your collars along, well, it turns out that was a smart move. Hey, being smart in stupid ways sorting my calling card. Okay, so go into the laboratory. It was very close to this cell, just out the tunnel. Once you're there, look for mini teleporter and bring it here. What does the mini teleporter look like? I won't be able to miss it. Have to be an idiot to make stake for something else. That sounds totally promising and not foreshadowing in any way, shape, or form. Alright, I'll be waiting here. Everything depends on you, my second Albert. I think you'll find me a prime Albert, the one and only original, and I'm about to go prove it. Okay. Well, that's gonna be a problem because I'm pretty sure I'm probably gonna get into the wrong thing. I'm almost 100% sure I'm gonna get him the wrong thing. Jesus Christ. That's just a box. It's a watch. That's a banana. Can I not get him anything else? There's a watch, a banana, and this box, which looks like lunch. I really want to get him the actual item, but it's probably this. I'm bringing him the watch.
A watch, huh? It looks like an ordinary watch to me. But that must be its genius. He said it was a mini teleporter. How much more mini do you get than being on the back of your wrist? That guy is so smart. Yeah, this has got to be it. Nothing else it could be, right? I bet Schrodinger's gonna be impressed.
Oh my god, we're gonna give him the worst thing. This is so stupid. This is absolutely not what he wants.
Good news, I was able to find your teleporter.
Oh, thank goodness. Here, bring it close so I can see it.
Here it is. You were clever to disguise it as... You mentioned it was a mini teleporter, so figured it had to be something like it was on your wrist. All convenient like a watch.
That was some excellent deductive reasoning.
Woohoo.
Except for the bit where you were totally wrong. It's just an ordinary watch, Dumbcough.
Hey, don't blame me. You were the one talking about all the weird stuff like reality, time being weird, bendy and stuff. Figured there totally had to be a hint in watches and clocks. Let's think of that one artist who does weird bendy watches and clocks. What's his name? Salvador Dalmatian?
Being a little hasty when I said even an idiot could recognize the teleporter. Either that or you're a very profound idiot.
6 of one, half dozen of another. Which you never really understood now that I think of it. And aren't those two entirely different numbers?
Profound idiot, I got it. Anyway, let's just hope that was temporary snag. Head back there and find the actual teleporter this time.
Sure.
Are we gonna go through every fucking item that's not the teleporter? Okay. It's getting pretty late. So I might have to stop here and I might have to finish this tomorrow at some point. Because it's getting pretty late and I'm trying to get out of here at okay time. Man. Yeah, I think I need to finish this another night, unfortunately. We're so close to finishing it. So maybe we'll just do a short stream tomorrow and finish it up.